but underperforming probably in the past like 2-3 events, let's say.
Yeah, and you brought up this point yesterday as well. It's dangerous if you roll in and you think, all right, let's get warmed up. Let's let's play in a bit of an online tournament. Let's try and see if we can get something under our belts. And maybe the competition is not as strong as it was going to be at a major, let's say. But the problem is, though, that can also backfire if you suddenly feel like, and some of these teams must have already felt that way. I'm sure that Cloud9 yesterday playing against ENCE must have felt like, damn, this is actually way harder than we thought. And this is starting to become a little bit of an issue. So I'm sure that both these teams will be respecting each other right out of the gate. Nobody, I think, anymore is going to be underestimating ENCE. But yeah, for FaZe, there's a lot on the line just in terms of winning the game is one thing, but also in terms of the sort of future stability of the team and feeling like we still got it. So this could be a little bit tricky. We've got Deagles still in play, and they're hanging around outside of the B bomb side on the ENCE side, waiting for a go signal.
Yeah, well, FaZe is waiting for that very same go signal. They have people trapped and ready to go, or excuse me, positioned right at the top of this ramp. Kerrigan, oh, he is going to clear left, but good response from Hades. He's got to back off down to 34 HP, but the range of that rifle keeps him a little bit bold. And Snappy's going to check in towards Donut next. He gets dropped off angle from Rops's Deagle. Hades with that damaged HP leading the way up the B ramp.
Ooh, Brokey, timing could be good. They're coming through the smoke on the other side. He's going to get one more, but runs out of bullets at the end. Madden there to take down Brokey, and still a 2 versus 3, but the Deagles, oh, wait a minute. I take it all back. Deha goes down. Rops is there with another Deagle shot. They know where he is, but they just can't easily find him. Nice little shot there to the right to make sure that Rops was going to go and peek that one. That's a cool little trick being pulled out. And they'll make it to the round, but really only barely. That is a scary round to play up against. It's going to cost them some money, but the real test is going to be coming up in this one. I'm seeing 3 M4A4s. How do you like that?
Ooh, okay. So the swap has been made already.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
No, not at all. Preparing for Cologne next week. Yeah, very dangerous round. This is one of those rounds we know FaZe is capable of. One of the things that makes them so hard to beat is these Deagle rounds are just always a challenge. And good job from Madden. He knew he had Spinks as well in towards Cave to provide some cover to the other angle. So plays that well. Reigns already found himself a kill with Spam, Kerrigan as well in Jaguar. This is a bit of a swap in positioning between Rain and Kerrigan.
Yep, it is. You're right.
We'll see if that's permanent. It could just be for the round. It could have been like a spawn-based thing.
Yeah, but now's where you want to take note, right? Especially if you're some of their future opponents, because if there is a change like that, you want to know as quick as you can. I feel like Rain is playing this position really well when it's his to play, so we'll see. But you're right. Kerrigan usually on this side. Hades goes for the kill up close with the AWP. One of my favorite players to watch these days, definitely Hades. I'm sure there are lots of things that he can improve in his game, but there's like a style around him that I really enjoy. So it's going to be hard in this round, though, to do anything with the AWP. He's walking up with his back turned. Oh, we ran out of bullets. Okay, well, Brokey making it interesting for us. We appreciate it. Trying to keep the suspension a real bit high. And it's going to be a 1 versus 3 for Deha. He's already taken down one of them. 40 seconds still, and almost, yeah, I think he wanted to shoulder peek that and try to jiggle out the shot, but overstepped the line just enough for Brokey to take him down.
I don't know if he ever, well, Brokey with the op could be expected as well. I just thought he might have assumed that was going to be an M4 in the position, but yeah, nice job from Deha. I think you make a good point about Hades. For me, the guy like that on this team, I love watching Deha at the moment. He's probably like one of my favorites. Spinks is just so good as well, but Deha, like, just sneakily has some of the best performances for this team. He was one of their top players back at the major as well. Yeah, this ENCE roster is just filled with like really cool players to watch, to be completely honest with you. Madden gonna lead the way, and Rain is back to his normal position, heading in towards the cave. Going to be forced away from the Molotov, and obviously this is the first time we're getting a glimpse at this new Ancient.
Yeah, that's a good point too. A lot of stuff that's changed. I on the surface level, it seemed like everyone liked the changes.
Yeah, more cover at this bomb site as well, which is quite nice.
Look at this little trick. They can use it to both ways.
What a sweaty pair of nerds.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's been up early in the morning, just looking for this one. I feel like this could be a real problem too. I feel like if you come stumbling down off this boost, you might be in a really weird position, but let's see how it plays out. I mean,
now's the time to test it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's a good point. We'll see. Smoke, they can look right over. Ooh, Hades, he doesn't see it coming. Snappy doesn't either. Oh, well played. That is textbook. That's how they practice it. It doesn't always work out the way you practice it, but this time it does. Brokey, super patient, doesn't want to push forward too much, and he picks up Spinks, who was out there to flank him. Everybody's blind over at the corner, but Diha gets his vision back just a bit early. And now it's a 1 versus 5 for him. I don't know, it's a bit much to ask for, especially with just the AK back here. No grenades or anything.
Nice.
Ooh, gonna make it expensive nicely. Throwing away the AWP, why not? And Rain will take him down. The round was obviously going to be won by FaZe, but yeah, he did everything he could.
Still, I mean, that's a round that ENCE was fully invested in. They were bought all the way down with Deagles and armor and the AK-47 they could grab as well. So, I mean, that's a round they would have liked to have done a little bit more damage and maybe had a chance of actually winning it. The plant's going to help. Yep, go on.
Just to talk D-Harb a little bit more, he's one of the few survivors of the Polish scene post the whatever the VP collapse of Neo and Taz and all the rest of it. And he had to escape the Polish scene to get out. It's crazy. I think it's really cool.
It's awesome to see him like find some actual another Polish player find success, because those VP guys were searching for more Polish players to be able to pick from. Snappy gets 2 kills. Unfortunately, one of them is his teammate. So it's going to be an easy cleanup for FaZe as they rotate over. Good triple kill from Brokey right around the new default plant spot. And we're all tied up at 3.
Yeah, a little bit of an attempt to throw a little bit of speed behind that round with the MAC-10 and everything else, but hard shot down on that ramp, no way to get through.
That was this was like one of like the I guess something I've always seen as like a good advantage for ENCE is like the fearlessness in rounds like this and like making these change of pace calls with MAC-10s and Tech-9s. And obviously when you're playing against ENCE nowadays, you're going to have to know. Like at the start, it felt like they were catching a lot of teams off guard. Now everyone is going to be on notice.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. And there's still so much to learn about Ancient. I know that it's been in the pool for a little bit, and obviously the changes have made it a slightly different map. But I still feel even just the base version of it, the previous version, probably still a lot to be found out in terms of small little tricks and ways to play it. Like I still feel like the meta is evolving a lot, so it's going to be interesting now with the changes so close to Cologne and everything else, exactly what will work. We saw a little bit of a fun boost happening over at the B-bomb site, but I'm sure there's more to come. Oh, okay. Diha didn't even see what hit him there.
And this is, I think we're in like a little bit of a stretch, let's just say, of like this like awkward, I guess like the bad end of ENCE is like kind of half by fast pace towards the bomb site that we just saw in the previous round. Is what they had a round where they fully invested in like Deagles with an AK-47, and then they had that like MAC-10 fast paced round at B, and now they're on Deagles again. So they actually have been sitting out, essentially 2 to 3 rounds without any kind of like a really great buy. They're finally going to get back to the AK-47s moving forward in round number 8.
Yeah, off to a real nice start here. Curious to see how this map plays out in terms of, because it was very, very CT-sided before. I don't know if that's necessarily, if that's going to change or not. I'm just going to have a bit of a question mark around that. But I think it must have been the most CT-sided map that we've had in a while, surely, before the changes. So
yeah, I think some teams, the teams who like really learned how to play mid very, very well, made this a very CT-sided map. Like controlling mid was just so powerful from the CT side, and pretty much all the changes were made to make things a little bit easier for the T side to have some space to work with, to gain some advantages on the map. And really quick, this is what we talked about at the start of the game. Spinks, he dropped early. Good find from Rops coming through the smoke, but expect to see that from Spinks quite frequently.
Yeah, he won that fight. Cool idea to use that smoke as a way to set up a pop flash like that and just come running right through. Obviously hugely risky if there's a lot of people in there, but he was just too far away to really hear anything. So 4 on 5s to start the round with. Still got some decent mid control if they wanted ENCE, which see if they could build something behind it. Really far back on the A-bomb side. Still not seeing a lot of fight over there. Rain, though, with that win against Snappy, and especially he's that deep in. So Madden can't even really do much to help him out. He probably wants to, but he's kind of on the wrong side.
Oh, he's also completely smoked off. Nothing he can do, and Hades is going to fall all on his own as well. So FaZe is just picking ENCE apart one by one by one. There goes Madden, and Diha, you're the last one left, my friend. Good luck.
Yeah, tough time. No bomb either. That's stuck in the middle. Real mission here is to do some damage, but I'm sure FaZe are going to be on the lookout for every single angle. You know, he could be sneaking through somewhere. Now, there was a hole in the wall previously to his right, but obviously not anymore. Otherwise, Rops would have seen him already. He's managed to sneak right past, but maybe they know. That's a good read. I don't know if anyone saw him or heard him or anything, but that's a heads-up play from both him and I think with Twist on the other side. They both seem to know. So, good 2-round lead for FaZe as we head into round number 9. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're getting some kills on the ENCE side. I don't know if that's necessarily the problem, but these last few rounds have been pretty convincing for FaZe. Yeah,
they really have been. And I think the tough part about that is so much money's going to start building up on this FaZe side, and that's the real nightmare scenario. Kerrigan at 9K, Rops at 10K, plenty of buys built up behind FaZe. They've won 5 in a row. Rain going to be forced back initially. Good opening kill on his Snappy. Might even be able to grab more. Madden coming in behind the flames.
Yep, going to put up that smoke just to be sure. It didn't look like there was a lot there for Rain to see on top of the flames and everything else that was going on, but I guess it was enough. Able to take him right down. And they have a lot of people here. That's crazy. Minimal defense, middle, or A. Again, that A bomb site still seems to be less of a priority, at least for now.
Yeah, that'll change.
If it changes.
I think it will when teams get used to that opening being blocked off. Good shooting from Twist, holding the line. That's beautiful. Yeah, style points.
That's something you just really never want to see if you're on the end side of things here, to have someone like Twist get all the way. I don't know if there's anyone you really want to see on this side, like on FaZe. Sorry, that is the problem, isn't it? They all have sort of the ability to do something like this, but Twist has got a nice style to him, doesn't he?
Yeah, there's something when he goes on like a little bit of a streak. It's like I don't know. Yeah, there is something pretty about it. Just makes you happy. It's like ASMR for your eyes.
Exactly. It's got that. Nice, respectful Canadian Counter-Strike. Put you down quick. There's no suffering involved. You're just out of the round. Instant headshot. Well, 6-3. So kind of like you said, 5 in a row now, 6 in a row, and they're not really letting go of it right now. Haven't seen Hades on the AWP for a minute either. They've been sticking to the AK. Maybe they just haven't been able to afford it that much. But I mean, that is if you're going to be challenging. And for one of those early fights, try and make it a 4 and 5 to begin with. I would trust Hades to try and go hunt for some kills. I'd send him out there to try and do that. I think that's not a bad idea. A little bit of a problem if he runs into Rain with that AK, maybe up close in the hallways. But yeah, why not?
Well, let's see if they can actually put some pressure on one of these bomb sites. They haven't had a whole lot of success in some of the early engagements recently. Challenging again towards Donut. Twist and Brokey are here. Twist going to be forced out, but nobody's watching for it. They're happy to just let him go. Ooh, Rain and Madden flirting as that smoke clears, and Rain's got that with ease.
Yeah, trying to minimize his position once he rotates back. He does not want to run past into the cave because there was no control there. That's some nice heads-up play from Rain. He's just all the time aware. Where exactly is he exposed to? Kerrigan has shown up, and they've got a Twist here as well, even low on health. Nice headshot from Kerrigan. He's going to keep going, making it a quick double, and they're walking into a crossfire. They're never going to make it out of that one. Rain and Kerrigan really locking down that bomb site, and it seemed like there was a moment in time there for ENCE. I don't know if they knew, but we could see on the minimap where if they would have really pounced on that B bomb site, they probably could have defeated Rain just by numbers alone, but they just weren't. They didn't feel confident to do it.
I think the real issue is just ENCE not winning a whole lot of these initial fights. They can't even like really trade their way into bomb sites because they're just constantly losing that first battle, and there's no real strength behind that initial contact either. This ENCE team, this offensive side so far has felt really weak. Like you're just falling flat, not even like tactically, but just in terms of like the players like chasing after kills and actually being assertive and aggressive. Not getting that sense out of ENCE right now in this game. So I'd like to change my prediction if I can.
Oh, you would? Well, they already did that for you, remember? So
I know. That's a good point. I'm already fine.
Yeah, you're home safe. It's all good. Don't worry about it. I don't know. It's a bit early. It's still just the first map. I don't know. I think they're gonna start to wake up. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Okay, sure.
Plus, if you do change your prediction, you know they're gonna end up winning anyway. So that's how.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess I'm just screwed either way at the moment. Kerrigan with that good spawn, gonna take Cave away from Rain. Molotov down, first kill, transfers over to the second. No trade found for Snappy and Madden. 12 and 4 for Kerrigan, 12 and 5 for Rain. They've had most of the attention towards this B bomb site, and you can just see how well they're doing handling it.
Yeah, really no way to break through right now. It feels like ENCE been shut out of this first half. Not even any real economic damage. Kerrigan starting the round at 16,000. Same for Robs. Nearly the same, I think, for Brokey there. So they're disgustingly rich.
That additional cover over towards the B bomb site, towards that default plant spot, is like supposed to make it easier for like the T's to get the bomb planted, but it also gives a little bit more cover from like the defender who's coming out of cave and wants to play around it when there's some kind of like a ramp execute. So it's almost like backfired in a way. It's giving these FaZe players a lot of space to work with when they rotate in.
Spinks trying to work his magic in the middle. We started out this whole series introducing Spinks as the raid boss of the middle, but he hasn't really had much of a chance to so far. It's been real rough. Kerrigan snuck out. He's basically playing this the way that Rain is. They've just swapped positions, and Kerrigan seems to be doing just fine. What a gift for FaZe going forward if they can actually make that. If they can just hot swap these two people out on different positions, that's going to make it harder to read for the T side exactly what's happening. There comes Rain from the other side. Oh man.
This is so brutal. I don't think a whole lot of people expected this level of a smackdown. FaZe has all the answers. They're the ones being dynamic on the map from the CT side, and Rops is bored over at the A-bomb site, so he's going to start pushing to go find some kills elsewhere. Hades finally adds a kill with the AWP, but what really can you do? 1v4, you're already boxed in, and Rops already has you locked here, although I'm sure Hades knows this.
Yeah, I think he saw him.
I think he saw it, for sure.
Yeah, he must have, but I don't think it even helps him necessarily. He's going to get the kill and then instant return. Oh, man.
What
9 in a row.
What can you say about this one?
It kind of makes you wonder a little bit. Oh, here are the candles. They got buffed, remember?
Yeah, the candles and the lanterns are all a little bit brighter. They pop.
Nice. That's are you a candle kind of person, Jason? Now in your old age, you've scented candles, any of that good stuff?
No, not yet. One day I'll get to the candles. Only in my seances do I use candles. Well, here we go. Fast towards the A-bomb, so we finally got a switch up, and it just doesn't matter, does it? It just doesn't matter. Spinks with an important trade, but what more can they get?
That is a nice headshot, and they're worried about that smoke, and for good reason. Excellent read from Spinks. He is really obviously one of the huge star players on this team right now, so not too surprising to see him come out with shots like that. D-Hard doing a lot of work, almost getting the kill there on the Kerrigan, and Spinks has managed to sneak his way past. They could win this round. They have a fair bit of health on that end side, and they desperately needed, having lost 9 in a row. D-Hard with the headshot to take down Kerrigan, and it's looking better still, but they gotta be careful about that donut position. Not a lot of vision in here if you're coming through from the spawns, or sorry, from the bomb site side of things. It's going to be hard to see anything that deep. 50 seconds on the clock. They're trying to put some shots through it. Spinks again. This time picking off Rain with another headshot, and Twist trying to put a little bit of pressure on. They know where he is by now. Going to try and see if he can get some shots in there, but he's walking into another crossfire, and it's Spinks and Diha to finally find a round for ENCE here after 9 losses. That's a huge streak, but they did it.
It's awesome to see Spinks essentially just put the team on his back, and he's just like, look, I'll do it all. I'll get us into this bomb site. I'm going to win us this round. He gets that kill on the AWPer, the trade onto Brokey, finds Rops inside the smoke, and even at the end, that last one is great. He's inside the bomb site, and he's just kind of baiting out the play from Rain. He's trying to show Twist that he's going to have his attention, and then spins to find Rain pushing up to take the gap, and that was the kill that seals the round in a 2v2. 5-round lead.
I mean, who knows? Maybe they could. I feel like on the old version of the map, even 4 rounds, we'd be thinking, all right, it's something to build on. I don't know if it's a lot, but it can work. If they can get another round or two, they're never going to shut down the economy. Obviously, that fight is gone for ENCE.
Yeah, that one's over.
Too much money.
It's a pipe dream.
Unless they buy all auto snipers on the Gevs and whatever else in this upcoming round, or then they're never going to run out of cash. It's not happening.
I think Kerrigan can buy tuna Gevs after this round. I think
still be all right.
I think they're just fine.
I think that'd be. Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. Twist. I mean, again, Spinks, this is what he does really well, but just getting hard cleared by Twist on the other side.
And also, I mean, just activating Spinks on his own is the only way that ENCE have won a gun round in this game. They won the first 3 off the back of the pistol, and then it's just been shut out from there. So why not go back to it? Why not give it a shot?
Brain trying to land something through. Ooh, faking the reload. Maiden on the other side. So 4 on 4. And they need this round badly on the ENCE side. I was about to say, if you just buy a bunch of negevs and bring to a bomb site, you never have to. You already don't have to reload the negev, really. But if you just have enough, you can just throw it away and just keep shooting. That's an incredible strategy.
Anders, correct me if I'm wrong, but Snappy got his quad kill on the pistol round, right?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And he's got 4 kills in round 14.
He did also kill a teammate. So,
okay, so he's had a 5th kill in there at some point that brought him back down to 4. All right.
Yes.
I'm not sure that's not sure that's too much better, but I'm sure Snappy appreciates it.
I'm looking out for my Danish brother.
Yeah,
don't worry
looking
about
out for your boy. Ooh.
Oh. Speaking of which, running into Kerrigan, Dana on the other side. Brokey, quick, way too quick with that AWP. Trying to put up with some smokes, but the problem is they're in a 2-on-4 with 20 seconds inside of the bomb site, so I don't even know how they get the bomb plant. I don't think they do it all. Hades trying to take the fight up close. He is going to run for the bomb site. I'm not even sure he can make it in terms of time. Yeah, it's just 8 seconds here. Maybe he could just barely clear the corner and actually get there. 4 seconds. Oh, no. Not enough time. Rough way to lose a round. 10-4. Even if he got the bomb plant, it's pretty doubtful that he would have been able to win that 1 versus 3. But, you know, you got to give it a try.
Although I think he did give like a half second or 1 second like hesitation, like right as he was going through CT spawn. He might have actually had it if he didn't go there, but like I mean, what that's we're not going to pick on that detail. Final round of the first half. This is ENCE's map pick.
Yeah, that's maybe even a more of a worrying sign at the moment here. 17-5 on Kerrigan. Sort of supposed to be, on some level, at least some games, the weak link in terms of the output in terms of frags. But not always. We've seen games like this from Kerrigan before, but it's got to suck if you're on the end side thinking, oh, wow, it's one of those games where even Kerrigan is coming up with everything at the moment.
Yeah, but I think Kerrigan maybe sometimes like liability isn't the right word, but maybe a little bit weaker inside the server, but he's probably got one of the strongest mentalities we have in all of professional Counter-Strike. So, and I know these losses that he's had recently have really pissed him off. So he's coming into Cologne kind of thinking that Cologne is basically his second major of the year. Good response from Brokey, needed that quick reaction.
Yeah, that was a real moment there for a double spray down. He had the perfect lineup for it. Didn't work out that way. Brokey is so fast, and it's an 11-4 finish here in favor of FaZe. That's a really overpowering first half with everybody on the FaZe side. Robs with 6 kills. I'm not even sure. I think there was no kills left he could get, so he probably did everything that he could to find them. But that is a really, really strong first half for FaZe. There's not much else we can say about it. That's a little bit ridiculous. I have a question. How come, Kerrigan, while he was playing himself into sort of a professional career, he was also doing a degree in accounting, I think.
Yeah, early going, he was getting his master's degree.
Yeah. So in terms of mentality, I mean, I feel like that's a good test of someone. You play Counter-Strike probably more than 8 hours a day and finishing your degree and now winning majors and everything else. It's pretty cool. How come we don't have a real nickname for him, do we? We should call him the accountant. That seemed like, because he's the leader, in-game leader as well. It all makes sense. Like it all lines up with his personality and everything,
Okay, sure. I think Ben Affleck might have the trademark on that.
They do look alike.
No, he made the movie. He made the movie, The Accountant. It's
no, I know what you mean. Okay. But I'm just saying we could. It's been a while. Ben Affleck's been out of the media for a long time.
Sure,
I feel like we can steal it.
Yeah.
And no copyright issue there.
Okay.
Oh, look at the dualies, Jason. This is your round.
Holy hell! They've just given up, haven't they? They're like, it's 4-11. Let's just go for the 3 dualies strategy.
Like Jason did predict us to win, so at least we could do the least we could do.
This is what we can provide him, even if it's not a win. We will give him the dualies. Yes. Good
start. It's basic math, isn't it? More pistols, better. That's just how it works. And they have a lot of them, so they should be winning this round. Kerrigan running up a little bit close. That smoke, especially against the dualies, I don't know how much it'll do. Look at Snappy. More work and shooting him, well, right in the legs. It's going to be a 1 versus 4 for Robs, and he just can't make it out. The dualies doing all of the work. Snappy with a triple, D-Hub with a double. It's a beautiful round.
I love that. They got all 5 kills. Well done with the dualies. Shout out to ENCE, making my dreams come true. 11 to 5, still a long way to go. This is both pistol rounds now for ENCE, though, so they've got to be happy about that. If you're going to have to make some kind of a comeback, obviously having those pistols is a good thing to have. It's just kind of scary when you have both pistols and you're still at this much of a deficit. So we'll see if they can rattle off a few more on top of this.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Normally, having both pistols rounds on either side of the half that's one of those things. That seems like a good foundation to build something with, but when you lose every other round, it doesn't have the same impact, really, does it? Oh, Snappy, nice read. Catching Kerrigan, sneaking through the smoke. But maybe they could do a lot. I mean, if they could just get woken up a little bit, we've already seen Spinks hit some good headshots. DR's had some good headshots. So mechanically, they've got a couple of players that seem to be in the server. Maybe it's just that T side that really just got shut down, and it did. Part of the mid push, they tried it so many times with Spinks in there, and it just did not work out the way that it normally does. So maybe the CT side will be what saves them. D-Hop looking for it. Yeah, he sees the boost coming, no problem. Still using the M4A1, and to great effect.
Yeah, it's a really nice effect. Good little triple kill from Diha. 6-11. Guns are going to come out now for FaZe, and this is where ENCE essentially stubbed their toe in the first half. Once the guns came out, you couldn't really do anything. But as you mentioned, the CT side, they get a chance to play at the more dominant half here on Ancient. 5-round deficit. Still 3 MP9s, though, on ENCE's defense.
AKs are back in the mix. Must suck on the CT side to start with your, boots in the water. You're going to spend the rest of the round, slogging around.
Socks.
Yeah. It's a bad feeling, isn't it? But I guess once people start shooting at you, you just forget about it, don't you? So maybe it's all right.
Wet socks the least of your worries. Good flashbang, good kill from Spinks. Actually, a pretty nice rebuttal from Kerrigan as well to get that headshot before Spinks could slip away.
There was a real timer on that as well, because they had a smoke up on the other side. So if they don't activate that flashbang, the smoke towards the T spawn is going to fade, and then they have to do something. So kind of an interesting little bit of timing there. But a 4-on-4 now, and mid control should be there for FaZe if they want it. It's going to be hard for ENCE to challenge. It looks like actually they're doubling up in Donut, maybe for this exact reason.
Yeah, the only thing you're hoping ENCE doesn't do is get aggressive at the moment, because FaZe is just kind of paused waiting for it. You can see Hades on the minimap starting to get curious in middle. Twist is in such a dangerous position. I don't think Hades is going to clear this at all. Oh, Twist finds it. There's the response from Stairs over towards the B bomb site. It's the only option that FaZe have left. 2 players in cave, 2 MP9s. They won't expect Madden here. And Rups, he finds the kill at the perfect moment into a 2-on-2.
Wow, that could have been way more with that MP9 up close right there. D-Hart's going to be taking down Brokey. Still looking good. Rops on his own. He's going to get one of them, but look at the health on either player here. This is a little bit scary. One headshot from either one is going to do the trick. D-Hart, no smoke that he could use at the moment. He's going to tap the bomb once just to test him out. Rob swings for it, and D-Hart's able to spray him right down. Again, the maneuverability of that M41 is so high. And D-Har's going to be able to win the round. Close call right there, but that might be a pivotal round. Triple kill for D-Har, and it puts it at 11-7.
And a round they came in with 3 SMGs. They're going to be super happy ENCE to take that victory. What a big-time clutch for D-Har. He's going to drop the AWP over to Hades, so they've got that weapon out on the board. And even with the economic damage done, FaZe can't net themselves to win. That's a cool, I don't want to say, it's not a new plant spot, but that extra cover makes that plant spot a little bit more dynamic, doesn't it? Look at the cover it provides from this angle that it didn't used to have. That bomb site's going to play, yeah, it's going to play very interesting moving forward.
Yeah, don't have a lot of time for these teams to learn all the little tricks and details, so I'm sure there's going to be some spicy stuff happening on this map just based on some of these smaller changes. Hades, pretty wide lean here to look into it. Also could be hard on the T side to make sure you don't overextend the peak. Robs comes in, they just hunt him down. That's nice. They wanted to put the pressure on, and it works.
That's a disgusting set of just jiggled baits to get that op shot out. Spink's going to disappear back into things, but Kerrigan, what a beastly headshot on a Diha. That controls Temple, and that makes the defense over and Donut fall back, but Madden's going to push through. Kerrigan again in support with the response, making sure that FaZe controls this bomb site. 3 on 2.
That's a little bit rough. The bomb is kind of stuck waiting for the minute here on Rops. He can't join the fight necessarily. Ooh, and they lose Rain in the meantime. Snappy able to get the kill. Spinks is very, very low on health, but he's got the right position. Going to be spraying down Kerrigan, trying to transition back behind the box at the back of the bomb side. Rops now so close up, but he misses the spray entirely. And Snappy is going to be able to get it. And look at the return from Snappy. He had, like, what would we say, 5 kills maybe in the first half? He's up to 12 now.
Yeah, and another good pistol round from him as well to get him started in the second half, and he's been keeping it up a little bit better, obviously, than the first half. So, yeah, well done, everyone coming alive. Surprised Snappy was just running with no cares in the world. Able to kind of screw up the tracking of Rops' aim. This is a great round put together from FaZe. They just couldn't complete it at the end of the day. That A bomb site still being tough to close out, and Snappy, yeah, just fucking, excuse me, just cruising. That one slipped out.
It was. He was not even looking anywhere near that. You could tell his aim was just kind of all over the place, but yeah, I guess he was quick enough on that one. Oh dear. Does he know? Kerrigan, yeah, he's gonna go get found. I don't know. Spink certainly knew. This is starting to look like a real comeback. This is why you don't change your predictions, Jason. It's they're looking good right now for them.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Well, 4 on 3. FaZe have nowhere to go across the map, just lining up outside the B bomb site. Boost up, looking for one of these AK-47s. Twist, the only AK-47, I should say, to get them an opening, and he had the chance there. A little bit of head showing, but not fast enough on the trigger.
Yeah, not quite. AK in Twist hands could be dangerous if he could find some kind of an opening. Going to be leading the charge with the Deagle going first on Brokey. Twist right there behind him. It's really the only thing they've got going for them. Hades, oh, got to be careful when he comes back. Yeah, could have easily overstepped the line. Almost did, almost died. Rops is going to catch him, trying to retreat from that fight. Good little double kill there for Madden at the end. And that's going to save the round for them. But there was a chance. There was a real opening right there. Could have been a little bit more. Still, 11-9 the scoreline.
11-9 scoreline.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Yeah, I'm liking this comeback from ENCE. It's good to see a little bit of life in him, but I mean, it's kind of unfortunate to see that T side still a little bit labored with all these changes even, but we'll see if time just helps people get used to it, helps come up with some new ideas for the T side to be more effective. Rain dropping a flashbang out middle, support nades from the A bomb site. That's from Diha, is going to activate Spinks for the trade.
Yeah, nice grenades. I mean, if you're not doing anything else on that A-bomb side, you might as well. Oh, Rops able to find Spinks regardless. And Madden's thinking about it. Brokey's right on the other side, sneaking up close. Hades has got at least one player locked down as Rob's hanging around. Let's see how long he's going to give it up. Yeah, Hades doesn't want to stick around for it. They have lost a lot of map control right now. And this is a perfect opportunity for FaZe to finally claim around in the second half. They're looking like they're set up for it right now. One more kill, and certainly they go, look at the lean from ENCE, though. They're basically saying, let's get ready for a B hit here. Let's get more people over.
Yeah, but Madden's he's gonna be so important in this. Him and Hades, obviously. If Hades can lure them in, just get one kill, thin it out, and let Madden pounce from the other side. That's everything. A little bit early, though. A little bit early. Hades gets a rebuttal. Down to 56 HP, but he's got to stick around in cave. Diha's going to step up next. They know the position of both players, and FaZe have plenty of time to go to the other side of the map if that's what they choose to do. There goes Hades, and now it's certainly opened up.
Yeah, the time really making a huge difference. You're right. The fact that, because if this had been 20 seconds left, it would have been so scary to try and make this run. Diha getting caught in transition. They're rotating back again. They're doing what? Triple, quadruple fake at this point? Going all over the place. Diha on his own with 20 seconds. Rob's ready and waiting for him on the other side. Oh, he's still going to go down. That's a bit crazy. If he had been a bit closer, man, he could have maybe stopped the bomb plant. And that would have been something. But Twist will take him down, and FaZe will pick up a round finally here in the second half.
Look at the money too for ENCE. This is brutal. I mean, that they go on that like little 5-round streak to open up this map, but FaZe have done just enough even in these losses to keep their money low. So this is not going to be a strong, comfortable buy for ENCE going forward. So despite some of the good wins, despite some of the statement wins, despite getting started in the comeback, they might just fall short and fall flat just right out of the gate. If FaZe can convert 2 in a row, money's gone and ENCE is back against the wall real early.
Man. Yeah, that is a huge difference. Think about the money that FaZe themselves had on the CT side at one point. I think 3 of them had 16,000, so not the same kind of luxury here for ENCE, that's for sure. And we'll see if that's going to be ultimately be their undoing here. Obviously, you need some cash to keep the fight going, in spite of the win streak, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, fight is not done yet. 21 kills on Carrigan and Brokey on 18, so they have some people that are performing at a high level. Snappy up close with the MP9. Smoke is going to be fading, and that AK is just a little bit better. Guessing, trying to play battleships in the middle, but not really finding anything. Hades up close, and they're going to... Oh, wait a minute. That's a strong headshot. I was going to say he's surely going to get completely wiped out here with 3 people against him. But he did a good job. Diha gets one of them, and he's got the luxury of kind of being able to swing out on that side now that the hole in the wall is gone. So it's a 1 versus 2. Madden up close in the middle. Oh, not good enough this time.
It's like they ran into each other. They both like, oh god, we didn't expect this kind of a fight. But Carrigan with the AK able to win it out. And yeah, this is the nightmare scenario for ENCE. 13-9. This is a round you have to play with USPs. You can't even really invest in Deagle armor. So ENCE is going to have to sit it out and just wait for the weapons to come back in their hands, never able to establish their economy the same way FaZe did in the first half.
Oh, man. 13-9.
It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, FaZe really only had to, I mean, you think of all the rounds ENCE had to kind of battle against full buys from FaZe's defense, and FaZe just had to win 1 round against the guns to really wipe it out and have, like, an easier path.
Yeah, that is a really huge luxury, isn't it? They got some pistols out in this one, but FaZe have picked the right bomb site. So looks like they're going to get probably a free bomb plant, and then I don't know if there's much ENCE can do. Maybe throw some shots through the smokes or whatever, but nothing to really try and win the round with. It's good to see FaZe pick it back up, though, in the second half after a little bit of running into the wall for a while there on the second half. But Robs is out hunting. They know what's coming. They can feel it. Yeah, just going to be netting himself some kills. Make it a quad. Yeah, good. Find Spinks and let Robs have it.
I mean, the luxury that FaZe has that ENCE didn't have in the first half is that FaZe players in this T side, even in some of those losses, are at least fragging, you know? Feeling confident enough to step into some fights. It felt like ENCE was really kind of just knocked out mentally of the game early on in their T side. There goes Spinks. 14-9. FaZe just 2 rounds away from taking map 1.
And Rob's got his ace at the end. Took a minute, but it's fine. He managed to get the job done. 14-9 of ENCE, and yeah, the money is just not with them at the moment. And this was their map pick, so we need to see what they can bring us. This upcoming round, they're going to have the rifles, no AWP on Hades. That feels like a real downgrade. But let's see if Spinks is going to live up to his reputation on the CT side of middle. Already down there, ready to take the fight. If anyone was on the T side was going to swing around that smoke, he was going to be ready. And I think he gets flashed through that first one anyway. So he is super aggressive in the middle, which I'm not surprised by.
Ooh, Madden. He sees the gun barrel. Good aggression. Oh, he can't complete the kill. That's brutal. Gonna fall back with some spam through the smoke, but that's a missed opportunity. Rain thinks maybe that's all the attention comes through the smoke. Dropped by Snappy. So at least a man advantage now for ENCE, and it's traded right back.
Ooh, okay. Brokey. A little bit of a return with the AWP. Now, he is low on health. So he has to be a bit careful, but I guess with the AWP, if his team could take the B bomb site, he can just hang out on the ramp and provide some cover with the AWP, and that'll be all right. Madden back here. Ooh, up close, he gets the call that someone's in front of the pillar. It's a great double kill, but he does get brought down finally. Speaks with 1 shot and leaves Carrigan on his own. He can't even make it out. Hades hunts him down, and they're going to upgrade into that AWP. So kind of a huge round here, and I mean, this is where they need to make their final stand, really, because at 14-10, if you start losing rounds now, I don't think you're going to get many more chances. So nicely done. Picking up an AK, an AWP, that's a good upgrade.
what, and like 3 players survive in that round, so they've got to buy behind this if they get into some trouble or lose or need to drop a gun over, so not too shabby in terms of economy for ENCE. Good play from Madden. And good play overall from ENCE. Even losing some of those aggressive peaks outside of the B bomb site, they at least had information of how many players were there. Hades gonna jump right back in towards Cave. Plenty of utility dumped early from both sides, and Twist making his way out middle.
A lot of grenades being thrown down. Pretty common stuff for playing that Jaguar Cave. Robs, though, hard clearing the middle. Very fast peek for the headshot to take down Spinks, so tough position to be in. Again, he's kind of the only one who's in there. And in the past, as we've seen a couple of games now from him, he's been able to do that just no problem. But I guess that's the other issue, is more and more players are going to learn how to play that middle and learn all the angles and be able to take those fights. Just hard to fight up against. Hades would love a free kill right here, but see if anyone's going to give it to him.
And look how many players in this FaZe team would happily take some kind of a duel where they know there's just going to be one defender in middle. I would just love to swing for the fight. We just saw Rops do it. We know Twist is going to be more than willing to do it. Kerrigan as well. Over towards the A bomb site we go. There is Diha in Donut. Hades has rotated over here with the ult, and Madden comes right through. Good double kill for him. That's half of the attack now gone. All on Hades.
That is such a ridiculous peek from Madden, just hiding inside of the smoke. He's going to keep going, gets another one. He's down to 13, and Snappy's on the other side. So they have a little bit of a crossfire, but not necessarily an easy round. Oh, Brokey! He actually comes out with that shot, and now it's a 1 versus 1. But Brokey has all the health in the world. Snappy, he's 1 bullet away from death, certainly with the AWP, but even the pistol might even be a better weapon at this point in time. We'll see. Snappy trying to relocate, jumping on top of the box. This is a great idea with the AK. He falls back down into the scope and is immediately gone. 15 to 10 as FaZe, they get to map point.
Yeah, no easy way to kind of take that fight against an AWP holding the angle. That's brutal for Snappy in that position. 5 chances for FaZe to close out the map. They're looking great here on Ancient. There's that duel in middle to take down Spinks. This was a nice play from Madden, but Hades just makes his play before the smoke blooms, gets caught by Brokey. Great round from Brokey as well, finding Madden coming through Donut also, and then the 1-on-1 clutch right at the end. 24 kills on Brokey.
Yeah, he's having himself a real nice game. Look at the money here. Not just to fight with. Oh, no. And it's a
over.
B-rush when you're just defending with a 5-7 and instantly get wiped out. Spinks trying to peek into the middle there, but Brokey not interested. Wow, what an absolute wipeout here in the 26th round. FaZe, they decided that little comeback that ENCE were trying to do, they just were not interested at all. Diha, just a question of time. They're going to keep smoking. They have another smoke. They have 2 Molotovs. He can never, ever get back into this one. This is such a brutal victory for FaZe. Nicely done. Good to see them fired up on Ancient here. The new version of it, obviously, with all of the changes that we're seeing. And ENCE, at least for the minute, seem absolutely ready to fight.
Man, that is a classic Kerrigan uppercut. I love that call towards the end. Flashbang through, and Diha can't even get that kill on towards Rain. This is unfortunate. So 16-10 is going to be the scoreline. FaZe is going to take map 1. Next up is going to be over past map number 2. But what a great showing, start to finish. That CT side dominant, and then cleaning things up on T side without too many issues.
Yeah, a little bit. They lost control of the game for a short while there in the second half, but they picked it up right away. And that is, I mean, I think we said in the middle of the cast as well, that was ENCE winning both the pistols on both first and second half. So, you know, the scoreline could have been even significantly different. Not to say that ENCE did nothing at all, but that's a pretty convincing victory for FaZe, I'd have to say.
I think the CT side was looking okay. I think the biggest issue, obviously, for ENCE is that T side just like fell flat. I think there was like a 9-round streak in there for FaZe at some point. Like their T side just didn't have any of the answers whatsoever against what FaZe was doing. So that for me was the tough part. So good to see FaZe coming out looking great. A little bit rough still to see ENCE kind of struggling to get underway, but we'll see if that changes in map 2.
Yeah, it's going to have to. We'll find out. It's coming up right after this, so stay tuned.
the end of the day, there weren't a whole lot of rounds for ENCE in that first half of play. And quite frankly, you did believe they were going to come back. You did believe that it was possible, but they did fall just a little short, 16-10 to be exact, so quite short. And, well, we're not going to be doing any of that around here. We're not keeping it short at all. Some of the more long-winded analysts in the section, Kassad, and then the smart one here with Yenko.
I don't think that's fair, dude.
This is what happens, dude. Like, you show him such a, you know, you
show him
welcome
the amenities.
The amenities. You welcome him into your country, into your city, and he
into your home, into your bed.
He insults you in front of the camera, dude.
I don't know if ENCE has another playoff series to play today because they're playing like they have a bus to catch or something, right?
Yeah, 45 minutes.
Like that first half, it was just you know, you turn your head, you turn back, and they're in a 2v5 again, right? I mean, this is a 16-10 win for FaZe where ENCE won both pistols and even 5-0 up in the second half. So 8 out of the 10 rounds came at the very beginning of the halves, right? And sure, ENCE is a team that plays with a quicker pace, you know, and more explosive, but I think more than what we saw from ENCE's T side, we saw that FaZe really had protocols in place to stop some of those fast lane moves, right? Like trying to pinch mid. We saw Rain early on get us killed with just the spam. He did that a lot. Carrigan playing from cave as well, right? A lot trying to negate that fast mid take or just that sort of after the update, the new way of trying to fight for mid.
The same way I didn't hear Trace tell a new joke for about 3 years now.
3 years. Damn.
ENCE didn't do a single new thing on this map, like throughout the whole, you know, map. It's just everything was the same. I am 100% sure they are saving their strats. They're saving their defaults. They're saving whatever they wanted to do. And
why would they pick it then?
I don't know. It's maybe a question if they win, right? But the thing is, like, the point being is they won like what, 2 gun rounds total, maybe 3.
2.
Yeah, it was
3.
just on a 16-10 map. That just, you know, tells you how the map went, right? It's not even, it wasn't supposed to be 16-10. If FaZe won one of those pistols, it's a deep double digits, right? And strong performance by FaZe. They didn't do anything special. It was just individually like on point and
they did look pretty sharp though.
Yeah,
you know, some of those multi kills were just like,
yeah.
But that's what you expect from FaZe. Like that's no normal for them.
Rain with openings as well is always nice, right? I think that goes a long way too, Yenko.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, anytime you get an early advantage and he's able to stay alive, right? That means that the round becomes just that much easier to play.
Yeah.
So, barring them having to potentially catch a bus or some madness there, that's not true though. I just want to make sure everyone knows that. Or maybe it is. Who knows? ENCE find themselves in a pretty rough spot after that first map. Kassad, what does a bounce back look like for ENCE, and what do they need?
Look at the scoreboard right now, and we had a head-to-head, right? In the pre-match, which was Hades against Brokey, and you can see the difference right here: 27 kills for Brokey and 10 for Hades. So that just proves the point that we were making, that about the inconsistency on one side and a star level Oper on the other, right? And then coming into the second map, like you mentioned, they just need to do what Eternal Fire did in the last 4 best of 3s. Somehow managed
forget about the first map.
Somehow try to reset and try to, you know.
Well, ENCE got off to a good start on their CT side, right? The problem was the rounds, even that they were winning, weren't as clean as phases were in the first half. So as soon as they would lose a round, it led to a weaker buy, right? Which then led to an eco after that. So I think on Overpass getting to start on the CT side, if you could just make it a little bit more cleaner, right? They were on a good little run there to open up the second half.
I mean, if they deliver pistols again and some sort of a momentum, you know, we know they can get into double digits on that CT side, and their T side is not that bad, right? It's something, like you said, they're quicker pace, you know, they're explosive team that likes to do pop plays. They don't require much structure, you know, ground control.
What was it that Snappy said in that interview? You know, if Rush B doesn't work,
rush faster,
rush faster, rush harder. And
my kind of CS.
Honestly, one of the best quotes I think we've gotten out of any IGL in the past 10 years. So. Overpass, we'll run these numbers. Heroic here on the bottom side for ENCE. These are close games, albeit up to this Mousesports game.
Yeah, I mean, look at the 2 Heroic, you know, 2 matches against Heroic, 1 against Cloud9 and Vitality. All these teams are decent, especially Cloud9, are decent on a map like Overpass, and they like to play Overpass. And all this was close. It's a couple of rounds here and there, and then they could have won. And then finally, the victory against Mousesports, which we saw like, what, 3 days ago, and it was a total domination. It was 12 rounds on T side, and then just finishing up after that. So that tells you they are not afraid to play that map. They know how to play it. They have a general idea how to play it, right? The Overpass is a map that doesn't fit into the quicker pace system of Counter-Strike. There is a lot of flashes, a lot of utility that needs to be used to gain a lot of ground, and then you make a mid-round call, something that Astralis did, or old SK or Luminosity back in the day when they were playing, you know, Overpass for a long time. But this type of style that ENCE is nurturing right now, it's not compatible with Overpass.
Problem is structurally just the map, right? The only thing you can do fast is like do a B pop, a monster rush, a monster expo, and that's what the CTs don't know as well. So they have protocols for it, and that's why nowadays it's very hard to pull that off unless you've been setting it up with a couple of slow defaults towards A, and then you bait out, you know, a 3A start from the CTs, or maybe even a 4A start with heavy connector. And you know, when you're just against one guy, the round's gonna work. But outside of that, it's rough.
Yeah, that's a decent way to like kind of organize your game plan. But the ENCE doesn't play like that. They just play fast, right? You can go for a fast contact in obviously monster, but you can want short water, you know, or however you call it, and early you want to just top middle, you know, in the playground there, if you want to like fast contact, fast straight, so you can, you know, immediately disrupt or stretch the defense and try to make a like a group up call and pop somewhere else. But that's a job for Snappy today.
Yeah, it is. You know, even as we load up the FaZe stats on the same map, just that fighting connector can be so pivotal right from the very beginning of the round.
Yeah, depending like how people play connector, right? There is a lot of teams that don't really use it that much, and then they just use it in some sort of specials setups. We used to call it like special 1, 2, whatever, right? And they just put like a double connector, send an AWP there. Like there is, I didn't see a lot of fights right there in the overpasses that I saw, but that's an interesting point, definitely.
I think it's the key area of the map in the current meta, right? Because of a lot of different things. Whether you're going to break the door with an HE if you're on the CT side, right? Whether you're gonna focus a lot on spamming it from the B bomb side, and then have a guy stairs play off of that contact. Whether you're gonna put 2 guys there and just have a setup with the 3rd player towards A with 2 flashes, maybe even the 3rd dropped, and he can just keep flashing over connector if the T's are taking control of middle, right? It's a very annoying spot to not have control of if you're T, right? Not only because of rotations, but because with the door broken, you have a long sort of angle that you can take, right? So you can't really come up short. You can control both water and highway really with connector control, right?
Yeah,
so it's crucial that you take it.
It opens up,
T.
what Janko is trying to say definitely is that it opens up a lot of possibilities on both sides, not just the T side. If you control as a CT, there is a faster rotation, you can hear a lot of things, you can, you know, use that area to just, you know, control the round itself in the mid round, and then if you control it as a T, like you mentioned before, there is just endless possibilities, right, to fake or group up and explode and everything like that.
So right before we jump back into the game here, Janko, are we going to a 3rd?
No.
Okay, because I do agree.
I would have to say, yes, I agree.
Oh, so dramatic. My goodness. Okay, look, I think that just about does it, though. We're about ready to jump into Overpass. And in doing so, I kick it back over to the most lovely men that there ever were.
And Anders.
And Anders.
You going to take that?
Well, listen, I don't know. For that to be true, it would suggest that there's, I don't know, more people on your side. I'm so confused. I feel like that.
Yeah.
This desk is wild. But you know, you know what? I appreciate it nonetheless. I do.
Yeah, Kassan really threw us for a loop there with the roundabout agreement earlier, but yeah, I don't know. This is, I guess, after what we saw in Ancient, especially being ENCE's pick, I can't really go away from like this. Just feels like FaZe gonna have a huge advantage. Obviously, up 1-0 in the series, so let's see. But they obviously came to play today. Kerrigan as well, putting up some big numbers in that first map, which is always fun to see, and always it just adds an extra level of danger to this FaZe team when Kerrigan is able to frag out in the server like he did on Ancient.
Yeah, yes. What a luxury to have. I mean, some of the players that otherwise will do a lot normally, like Robs, they weren't even really used. They didn't even need Robs to do a lot. I mean, he was there when they needed him, but he could just chill out for a while. And Kerrigan was doing a lot of the work. Rain was out there too. Twist was hitting shots. Yeah, dangerous looking FaZe, and I don't know. ENCE look like they need to wake up for the second map. They had a chance a little bit in that second half to get to feel like, okay, we can win some rounds. Maybe we could do a little bit of damage, but it's gonna have to be something different here going into the second map. There's no doubt.
Well, not just something different from the team in terms of just fragging an individual level, being like ready to go right out of the gates. Also, just like the T side needs to be way more impactful when they get there eventually. As we saw in Ancient, their T side just kind of got swept aside with no problems. Both pistols and still a pretty convincing loss on Ancient for ENCE. So trying to rebound here on Overpass and a pretty centralized defense. 3 players at the B bomb site. You can see Diha with his dualies ready to pounce out the door for a quick flank, but they need to get some production on the defensive hold.
Yeah, this boost back here is really cool, especially if you get headshots like that. Madden with a good start. Carrigan, though, will take one of them down, and the dualies are still alive. Oh, Madden, what a save. I think Twist might have got that shot otherwise. They're going to get the bomb plant down. Oh, wait a minute. They're not sure. They're so worried about Snappy peeking this, and he's going to get the headshot, and the bomb once again gets cancelled. Madden comes running in. Brokey in a 1 versus 3, fighting everywhere. He's going to get one more kill, and I don't know. Hades is up there. All of the advantage right now should be with Hades, but Brokey, at least he get the bomb plant down. Hades has jumped right down, and oh, he hits the headshot. Brokey, what a ridiculous 1 versus 3 clutch to win the pistol.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do about that one? What an incredible clutch from Brokey. I mean, just even the fadeaway right at the end. That's so painful. That is so painful, especially with an opening kill like that. That's everything you could have wanted. Good job from Kerrigan watching the flank, but man, Brokey just delivers everything after this. This is a round where they actually had like some incredible kills and some good job on that bomb site and a powerful retake, and still just gets stolen away from them at the end.
Wild, isn't it? Absolutely wild. They're going to want that round back. That's not going to feel great, especially after that first map already being lost and going into this one and losing the pistol in such a fashion. And they won both pistols on Ancient, so even then they couldn't really put it together. And this kind of a start certainly going to make you feel like, ooh, maybe FaZe are just at another level today. Good start in this round, taking down Hades. Got a scout and some deagles in play.
And remember, too, it's like both these teams have been struggling recently, so it is kind of like, you know, which one of these teams is feeling a little bit closer to bouncing all the way back and actually starting to get to that level we know that they can play at. This is a complete wash for FaZe. They run over everyone, jumping around the corner against the scout. I don't know how he still got that at the end of the day, but it's fine. Rain goes down, Twist with the trade, and 2-0 for FaZe.
Going to be potentially another quiet round here with just pistols on the ENCE side. Can't really afford to invest too much. So the real test is going to be coming up, obviously, in round number 4. Oh yeah, that's a really fast shot. That didn't, even in the replay, didn't look like he scoped at all. But whatever.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when I saw it didn't come up as the no scope kill, and I was like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. Here we go, round number 3. Again, looking at least like fast-paced control towards the B-bomb site. Might not pull the trigger on the full-blown rush. Brokey being cognizant of the potential boost. And he's already spotted the head. He's going to find it with the taps.
Yeah, great stuff. Just not even worried about losing the AK or anything. Just right on top. Doesn't realize Snappy's underneath, but there's so many people flooding into the bomb site. They're going to find out no matter what. So, yeah, quick calls coming out right now on the side of FaZe. They wanna be done with this a little bit quickly. Which I don't know. Yeah. This seemed like it should be. I mean, we're not done with it yet, but man, this could be a really close game if ENCE could wake themselves up and start to feel like they're a little bit more alive. I mean, in terms of the names here, this should be I think a close game. I really want to see a third map. I want to see ENCE come alive a little bit before FaZe send them packing, if that's what's going to happen.
Just call him Fence.
Fence? Yeah, I don't know. Listen.
It's great. Listen, we've all had a few verbal slip-ups today. Don't worry about it. 3-0. Very quickly. Rain even keeping just a Glock in that round, just to not really invest anything, knowing he's going to go up against USP and no armor. He's got AK-47 in hand. Kerrigan's got the MAC-10, so expect something quick. Still a couple of Galils in play for the FaZe attacking side, and Hades has his op.
I'd like to see that. Although the problem is, feel like Hades is a really, really reliable AWP, but he's also up against Brokey, who is no joke, and it isn't even the AWP that's needed. Apparently, it's just a flashbang and a MAC-10, and just endless amounts of spray coming out from Karrigan that took such a long time. Hades, you have to imagine, screaming in his microphone in the meantime. I can't see anything. I'm hearing a MAC-10. I don't like it. Wow, Karrigan.
Also, it's important to note the Molotov behind Hades as well to prevent him from falling back into cover for that flashbang. So it actually kind of funneled him so that flash would be more impactful. That was well set up from FaZe. That's an old school Molotov as well.
Yeah, very, very close. Certainly worked the way that they wanted it. Smoke is down. Is he going to go? Is he going to get flashed in? Yep, Snappy's got a flashbang already set up. Man, the timing has got to be perfect right here. It's not going to work at all. There we go. Flashbangs out, Madden, but he's not checking the corner, and Brokey will take him down. I like the idea, especially when you're, maybe down a man like that, and you feel like you have to put on a little bit of pressure, but that is maybe going to backfire on them. 30 seconds. Still a double setup inside of the bomb site, and they're not that far away with Spinks. He's coming through the connector as we speak, so this could be a defense that's working. Spinks, he's already been spotted, so they know what's coming. Snappy and Diha. Oh, this defense is so good. Robs is on his own now. 1 versus 2 with 18 seconds on the clock, and they could double swing against him. They could just counter 3 and go, and I don't think this Galil is going to be able to stop them both, and it's not even needed. Diha with a great triple. That is a solid defense after almost throwing the round away.
That's actually a great hold, considering I thought they were going to be in a lot of trouble, especially when FaZe actually spotted out the flank. Maybe if they get that kill, they could have been completely different, but opening up with this frag and then losing it at the end of the day. Good round from Diha. He was one of the players that rotated over to the B bomb site at the perfect moment. Grab a couple of headshots there. And ENCE is on the board in the first gun round.
Nice. Good to see. Going to be an MP9 on Madden, but they have Hades back on the AWP, so we'll see. I still want to see that fight between him and Brokey. That could be a really interesting battle. Map like Overpass, there's some potential for it. Out on long, Hades is hanging out with no one challenging him just yet, so going to be a bit of a slow taking over birthday party with Molotovs. They're being really careful, FaZe. They're expecting some kind of a setup here for ENCE.
Or at least respecting the potential for aggression. Deep flash out towards long. Doesn't bother Hades whatsoever. Nails the shot on Twist, and Spinks is ready and waiting. Rain has not used his Molotov, taking a little bit of a risk, and he's going to pay for it. There's a follow-up play behind Rain, though. Rops is coming in ever so slowly, and Spinks has no idea. He's going to go down a little bit of damage, but not too much to be happy about. Hades going to back away.
Still a 3-on-4 though, with 40 seconds left. Look at they're pushing all the way into T spawn, and even in that sewer tunnel going outside, they're in so much trouble. Hades looked like Brokey had the scope, looked like he had the right angle for it, but it doesn't even matter. Nice triple for Hades in this round, and that's definitely going to win it for them. 28 seconds here. Rops on the other side. Doing a little bit of damage would be nice. Well, a lot of damage right there. Instant headshot, 20 seconds. He's going to get shot in the back, and Madden should be able to double up with whatever he wants. It's going to be an AK instead of the AWP. Could have had the double if they want it, but that is a nice round out of the ENCE sniper.
Yeah, it really is. And I agree with you. It did look like Brokey actually had that angle, but that's a sliver gap. So, I mean, maybe he just didn't feel comfortable taking the shot. Maybe it wasn't as lined up as we might have thought on our screen. Either way, a well put together round for Hades with that AWP to hold on to bathrooms. Yeah. Maybe Brokey was like, because he's shifting back and forth, so maybe he thinks that Hades is going to keep like wide swinging back and forth to bait out the shot. He was trying to hold it a little bit too long.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see from his point of view. Definitely looked like he maybe could have done something, but
I'm just trying to come up with excuses for homeboy.
Appreciate it. So it was a true wingman right there, Jason.
That's what I do.
It's 2-3. ENCE coming into this game, it feels like, at least for the first opening rounds here, with a lot more to say than what we saw on the first map. So that's nice. That's encouraging. You know, one of the things you're missing out on now that you're not reading the Twitch chat like I am, is whenever one team is winning, you got half the chat saying, you know, where are all the X betters at? And then when it changes back, it's the other guy's turn. So there's like a war going on back and forth. It's amazing. Should see it. No one learns anything, of course, but it's good. It's good fun.
That does sound fascinating. I wish I was there. AK-47's Spinks is able to get a double kill. AD's gonna back off. Molotov down into space. Ooh, and a double kill for him. Brokey responds, but Diha ends it with 3 and picks up the AWP for his buddy. And it's all tied up at 3.
Only losing the 1 in that round, so pretty respectable. Not too much given away. Spinks committed to that fight, of course, in the corner, but yeah, Diha making quick work of it. So a couple of losses there on the side of ENCE, but the scoreline's going to be tied up, and see if FaZe, what they can come up with here. Kerrigan surely's got a lot in his bag of tricks to try and mess around with him. Maybe even like we saw on Ancient a little bit, you know, trying to change some positions around. I mean, this is a great platform for FaZe. If they have some untested stuff that they want to try and pull out and see how it works in a live environment, then now might be a real good time for it.
Yeah, we saw that little boost up that they were experimenting with on Ancient to get the look towards that B ramp as well from the cave entrance. Might see if they have another small trick ready to go. 3 to 3.
That keyboard on Reigns is just fully tilted to the side. Like, he's almost inverted.
Like a vertical keyboard?
Yeah, it's time to just turn it backwards. Just go all the way around. Like, do the full 360 at this point in time.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Early Molotov. Smoke to follow it up. Super paranoid about someone coming through quickly. And maybe they would have if not for all the nades. They certainly were set up for it. Pushing down long is Spinks. Oh, Diha has a random shot. Wall banging down. Rob Snappy will get 1, and they're going to go on it right here. Spinks is going to be too far away to really help out, but look at Madden pushing out. That's going to really make things difficult, and he's just barely gone down. Twist! He keeps going, taking down Hades as well, and finally put to rest by Diha, but what a lot of work for Twist. I thought this round was almost already over. He got a quick double kill. Brokey's going to be going down. Diha again doing a lot of work. Triple in the round.
Yeah, I love Diha's game. Another triple kill there. 9 frags for him overall on the map so far. He's tied for the lead with Brokey, who's also at 9 and 4 in the FaZe side of things, but that's the danger of this FaZe team. Twist able to almost turn that round completely on its head. I mean, ENCE had full control. They didn't really need to take those losses, but just good shooting from Twist. Oh, first kill was a spam under Rops. Yeah, we didn't catch that one. Actually, Madden bailed out towards sandbags. He was caught in a reload and felt the presence coming through the monster tunnel, so backs away. That kind of puts Snappy in an awkward position. He goes 1 for 1. But a 1-round lead for ENCE.
Rain hasn't got any kills yet. Robs, though, on the other hand, he's hitting some shots. Nice Deagle, 1 shot there on the Snappy. Takes him right down. Grenade. Not going to do nearly what they wanted there. Trying to get through the tunnel once again, but the smoke is making it real tricky. And Robs, maybe the only opening they could have had there was defeating Diha at that corner. That would have isolated one of the defenders down there. I think Madden would have been alone, but that is already done with. So, what a great run. 5 in a row for ENCE.
Yeah, not too shabby at all. Kerrigan even got the dink there with the P250 on towards Spinks, down to 11 HP, but wasn't able to complete the frag. Guns back in the hands of FaZe. AK-47s surrounding the AWP of Brokey. This was the shot from Rops, straight into the dome of Snappy. There's Spinks, and he's got to back away afterwards, but Madden does a great job at Monster Tunnel, and obviously Diha continuing his fantastic play. 2-round lead for ENCE.
It's working out for them right now, surely. Hades on that AK instead of the AWP, but I mean, still a pretty powerful weapon, of course. Do you have Brokey on the other side? Still want to see Rain make an entry. He is 07 right now.
All good in the early going. He might have a chance here. Spinks is going to be distracted, but clear in the wrong corner. Perfect timing for Spinks, and Hades with the AK-47. And he's maintaining his aggression because he knows he's still got Spinks with the ability to pop up the stairs whenever he wants. But in a 5-on-2, ENCE just decides to back away and stop worrying about finding more advantages.
Yeah, this is where you just want to chill out as much as you can. Spinks going to be taking the bomb off of Kerrigan, and Brokey, well, that is quick. Not going to lie, he's throwing away the rifle. He's like, all right, you know what? I at least don't want you to pick it up. Madden
well,
does so anyway.
He failed in that regard as well.
Yeah, threw it too
Madden
far.
Madden had no problems picking that bad boy up.
Well, I appreciate it anyway.
Yeah, it's a nice attempt. Good job from Madden again. Monster Tunnel kill through the smoke. And it's looking good. Where I mean, on Ancient, fair play, it was the T side the first half, but they were really struggling to find some opening kills. Here, the CT side of Overpass, they're doing a great job of playing 5-on-4s.
Yeah, no issues coming up with a lot of rounds early on. And starting to build a really respectable economy. That's something else that they didn't really get to do on the CT side on Ancient. But now, you know, they have enough. They could lose a round and still put together a really solid buy. So FaZe have got their work cut out for them at the moment. It'd be nice if Rain were to join, you know, the game. Just get a kill or two here. That makes a difference, you know.
First one's the hardest.
He's not looking now with the Deagle. Hades, he's so far back. Gonna be real hard to find in this one. Spink hanging around the light post out on long. Sometimes good to catch a bullet or two if you're feeling really lucky. Or Rain, he's gonna try and make the jump up. I don't think that was heard. Had the opportunity right then and there, and Spinks is feeling a little bit lonesome with backup. He'd love a grenade or anything right here to help him out, but he can't really throw it himself. They're gonna double peek him, and he will take both those fights with ease. So nicely done. This is going to be just a free round here. No one even hardly... Well, Hades taking a bit of damage, but no one going down. 7-3.
Bro, the only round that FaZe really, like, kind of, I guess, quote-unquote... well, I mean, remember, the pistol round was that 1v3 from Brokey, and the 2 rounds after that off the back of winning the pistol, but they've been absolutely deleted. This is looking like exactly like Ancient, except the other direction. ENCE's defense is looking real solid. 7 in a row. Diha at 12 kills, leading the server now. He was tied previously with Brokey. And again, a lot of presence for FaZe out towards Playground. 3 players in the direction of Fountain, and Spinks is going to be here on defense. He's got Hades in support with the AWP.
Yeah, I love this. Trying to change it up just a bit, because they have been playing fairly passively over on this A side. So trying to see if they can just throw them for a loop here, and see if FaZe are going to be turning the corner without paying too much attention. They have nades on the FaZe side, but they probably don't want to use too many of them to clear this early part. That always feels a little bit bad if you have to use half your nades just to get out. Ooh, and Spinks, he was ready for the 180, but Carrigan there to shoot him in the back. And Hades has already escaped this part of the map, so that's an alright trade for FaZe. I don't think they're going to mind that too much.
That's a tough 180 to hit. And I mean, remember as well, that position too, if it's just one player is kind of clearing out Fountain and bathrooms, and all of a sudden, you know, Spinks is up there with all the information in the world. So nice of FaZe to push him back, but still a strong position for ENCE to be in. They're split defenders 2 and 2 as Diha has joined Hades, and oh, this is a tough play.
Yeah, sneaking through right as they try and get past the fence, in fact. But
that's cool, though. Look, he only gets the 1 kill, lots of damage, but he's got the information, which allows Hades and Diha to start rotating over already, so they'll be here just at the perfect moment.
Yeah, and with only 30 seconds left, it's kind of hard to call a retreat as well for FaZe. They almost have to keep going because they're so far away from the A-bomb site. Everybody's going to be here. This is looking good for ENCE right now. They should be able to lock it down. Diha, he's been more or less unstoppable in this bomb site. He's going to get another double kill. He's 14 and 4 right now. We were praising him a little bit already on Ancient, but he's come into his own right now on this first half on Overpass. This is magnificent work.
Yeah, this is really nice. I mean, even though Snappy goes down too, the damage he's dealt also, Hades had a nade that whole time. So, I mean, Snappy gets 2 players down to red HP. If for some reason they don't get the kills entering into the bomb site, as soon as that plant starts coming in, Hades is dropping a nade and probably stopping it anyways. ENCE is putting up a masterclass here in the CT side of Overpass, which is really, really cool to see. Back to just pistols for the FaZe side of things. Tech-9s and Deagles fill up the scoreboard.
He saw that and try and nade him down. That's Rain, who's still
at 0.
has not got any kills.
Poor Rain.
I know, it's kind of a rare sight. You don't get to see this a lot. Usually he is reliably to be found near the top of the scoreboard, but they're having a bit of a hard game. Spray comes through. Rain gonna be the second casualty in there. Snappy at the crossfire. This is all gone horribly wrong. It's about to be 9 in a row. Diha, good for a kill in this round, but otherwise, Madden the one to pick up a couple to start the round with. They're just feeling so safe. Now they have a disgusting amount of money, and FaZe are... But they're doing a tactical timeout. Now, it makes sense. They need to find the magic formula here.
The problem for FaZe too is like they're not even really getting a whole lot of like map control. It's not even like we haven't really seen like any kind of crazy executes on the A-bomb pit that are just barely held on to by ENCE, like maybe once, but mostly they're getting slaughtered here, they're getting slaughtered out towards bathrooms, not even able to actually progress onto the bomb sites too frequently. It's been a really tough run of affair. Do they even have a plant in this half? These are all rounds ended by kills.
Yeah, no bomb plants. You're right. I mean, I picked FaZe to win, but I would say now, Jason, I am on the fence a little bit about
Okay,
FaZe.
sure, sure.
Starting to doubt. It's creeping in. The round number 13 is coming up. Let's see. I don't know. They've tried to do this more quick play towards the tunnel, but the problem is they keep running into so many nades. And yeah, once again, Broke's like, actually, I know I'm not really feeling that at all. You wanted to go for the run. I appreciate it with the AWP. Maybe could have surprised somebody, but that smoke is so deep, and he's already seeing the bullets coming through. He's just not ready for it.
I've just pulled up the HLTV scoreboard just to check it out. Rain has good find from Brokey. Snappy stays a little bit too long. Rain has those 0 kills, but I think what's even more depressing is he's only got like 6 point something ADR in the game so far.
Okay.
Like he's just not even in any position to deal damage.
Oh, yeah, that's tough, isn't it? Brokey getting caught off guard. Yeah, so taking a little bit. I mean, they don't really have siesta in Norway, I suppose, but he's taking, you know, maybe like a snow day, just staying home under the blanket, that kind of thing.
Mate, Norway's beautiful. Maybe he's just ready to get outside. Maybe he's ready to go check out the fjords.
Well, it's gonna be a Viking funeral if he keeps up like this. They need to find a way to get back into it, although they did rotate heavily towards the A side of the map. Diha's down here on his own, and again, there's the opening. We just had to mock him a little bit more. Usually that helps. I know it's, you know, it's not a popular way to solve problems, but it does work sometimes. Nade, Molotov on top. They have to get out of there, or they're going to get burned alive. And inside of the smoke hiding, Madden, that's a really good kill. Wanted to. He had the right idea, the right read, but just no target presenting himself there, Rain. He was just stayed tucked down, waiting for it, and he still is. They don't know that he's there. They don't have no reason to check either now because he probably would have popped off, and he's going to be hiding here all along. 1 versus 2. Hades making the jump over. They still have no idea. Oh, ultimate hide-and-seek champion here is Rain, getting a double kill in the round, and he's trying to hold it in. Spinks, he knows he just has to try and hold it all the way through. It's not going to work. Rain with a nice triple in this round and just staying. They had no idea where he was. That was amazing.
Look, let's make all the jokes we want. It's a lot of fun just ripping on him for this entire game. I don't mind doing it whatsoever, but what a way to, if you go into that round with 0 kills and what, 6 point something, 6.7, 6.8 ADR, and then you deliver a triple kill and a 1v2 clutch. That's impressive. You're able to still find a way to have impact despite the fact that the game is not going your way whatsoever. So beautiful round from Rain. Is going to get FaZe their first gun round, their 4th overall. Looking good. Looking good-ish.
Yeah, you said, you know, so usually the first one is the hardest. So let's see if we can get Rain back in the game a little bit now. But that was a much needed round after a huge loss coming into to this first opening half here on Overpass. 9 in a row is what they were down. And finally, they get the job done here. So much money on the end side of things, though. Even after this round, they could put together even another buy. So there's a lot to fight through. ENCE looking to take the next 2 and just hope to get that 9-6 finish. That could work. They could do something with 9-6. Diha, though. Oh, and a shot from Madden as well. That is through the smoke to take down Robs. He was really far behind. He was way outside of the B bomb side, practically towards the stairs and T spawn nearly, just a long ways away.
Ooh, good pick from Brokey. Again, Snappy just a little too far out in the open. Rebuttal from Hades is there. 4 on 3 in the favor of ENCE still. And FaZe does not want to progress up long. They're going to readjust through bathrooms. Brokey leading the way. They've got a Galil on Twist, AK-47 on Rain, but Hades could put a stop to this. If he holds this angle, he could have the kill that makes sure that FaZe can't progress forward at all. Ooh, okay. Bullet disappeared.
Ducked right under it. That's ridiculous. Oh, and he gets hunted down. Twist will pick up the kill, but they still have to worry about Madden. He's all the way out here. They have no idea. Gonna get that one. Brokey misses an opportunity, and they got to be careful about the time, too. 40 seconds. Good spray from Rain. He's going to be able to pick one up there. And now it's a 2-on-2. About 35 seconds. And they have to sort of now regroup. They don't have to worry about the nades because they don't have any to throw. So they're just making sure that no one from ENCE is sneaking through somewhere. Brokey with a missed shot, and they have to commit to a bomb site right now. They could still run for the B bomb site, but it's not going to be slow. It's going to have to be pretty quick. Spinks is down there, still waiting for them. 16 seconds on the clock as they try to make the run, and yeah, they have to book it now, otherwise they're not going to be there in time. He has an HE. I don't know if that's going to be something that he could use, or if he's just going to swing for it right away, taking down Brokey, and that's all they needed. Round cannot be won by Rain unless somehow Diha peaks, and he's not going to. It's going to be 10 rounds for ENCE. Nicely done.
Yeah, another triple kill round from Rain, this time in a loss, though. So he's on the board. He's got going. 10-4. Huge win. And yeah, FaZe just took a long time to decide if they wanted to take the 2-on-1 at A or the 2-on-1 at B. That clock became their opponent. Good early aggression from ENCE to start things out. And a good round from Hades stepping up to the plate. I don't know how his shot in bathroom missed, but oh well. Oh well.
It looked like somehow he ducked under it, which I'm not even sure how that works, but because he was already aiming a little bit low, so yeah. I'm going to go with your theory. The bullet just disappeared. Good opening here, though. Second down, Snappy. Round number 15. Last of the half, and this is their moment. FaZe try to get 5 on the board. Try to get something done here. Nice headshot. Twist with the Galil. Swings right into Madden and cleans him out of the bomb site. They have 2 more people defending this one. Spinks is on a really long flank, but the bomb is going to be planted here, so this is looking great. Maybe probably the best round we've seen yet out of FaZe.
Yeah, 5 makes this doable. Makes this very doable for the second half. That would be great for FaZe to be able to grab that, despite how much of a disaster this half has been. Diha with the spam response. Ooh, almost a second. Twist got to be careful. Hades steps up. Brokey! He goes down next. That's a quick shot from Hades. And we're into a 2-on-2.
Oh, that is so lightning fast. Yep. See if there is a way. They have a smoke as well onto Spinks, so they could try and throw it onto the bomb. He's going to throw it towards the L-bend. The nade will take care of Robson. They're already defusing. He's bodyguarding. He's making sure the bullets can't even reach his teammate. And it's an 11-4. Great work out of the remaining ENCE players there. Oh, that is so cool.
That was like a 3-on-5 retake, wasn't it?
Yep,
like
it
that,
was.
I actually cannot believe ENCE made that work so well. How?
I don't know. I mean, some of the shots from Hades... this one is pretty cool, but the next one here is that's just ridiculous.
That's insanity. They make this happen. What a dagger you have to feel like for FaZe to be in a position where you're going to get your 5th round, make this very doable, close the gap a little bit, put yourself in a good position, and then have it all just straight up taken away.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be feeling after that one that at least we should have had 5, maybe even 6 at the first half, which would have been more manageable. But this kind of a scoreline, it's a lot to work back from. Not to say that it can't be done, but I don't know. ENCE are looking like the kind of team you'd want to. Yeah, you picked them to begin with here, and now you see this kind of a play, and it makes sense, right? Madden and Diha doing a lot of work in that first half. Here we go. No dualies on the CT side. Going to be grouping up outside of the B bomb site. Rob's taking a peek. He hasn't seen anyone yet. But they're pretty forward on the other side of the map, so they have a lot of good information right now to work with on the FaZe side of things. They know what's coming as well. Rob's just going to get flashed off the corner, tries to reposition. Brokey will land a headshot, and oh, it's working out well. The USP's crushing this incoming attack from the T side. No problem. That's the power of the USP.
Yeah, it's on. What a good pistol round from FaZe. That's both pistols now, one from them in this map. Same situation ENCE had back on Ancient. We'll see if they can actually reverse the fortunes to a certain degree. A big comeback is necessary. That's perfect play. 3 quick headshots from Brokey. Good flashbang from Kerrigan as well, obviously. And ENCE going to go for their second round bye. Investigate the Deagles and 1 Tech 9.
Round number 17. Yeah, I mean, it's a start, right? Let's see how long they can keep building it here on the FaZe side of thing. We saw the ridiculous run that they had on Ancient, so they can put together some streaky rounds. But ENCE are just 5 away from getting to the 3rd map, which I feel like we deserve that. This is a bit of a match that could be a real nice highlight, so I'd love to see it. Mirage is just going to be the final map if we get to it.
That could be spicy. I always enjoy a little bit of Mirage. Good kill from Rain, pushed up. Ooh, what a great deagle shot from Hades.
Yeah, that's respectable. Brokey playing around the door a little bit. Snappy probably wondering, is anyone actually gonna jump out on that or not? And Hades has got the M4 recovered, so maybe.
He's got a lot of space to work with. I mean, there's no way for him to know it, but I don't think anyone from FaZe is really cognizant or close to that A bomb site. Twist with low HP is the next rotator up, but he doesn't want to mess with that whatsoever. Footsteps being heard on that boost as well. Twist is going to call that out, so nobody should fall prey to it. And Hades is still chilling all on his own.
Yeah, Rops in here, ready with the FAMAS. They're going to be jumping through. Tech9 can't make it work. Deagle's not going to be any better either. Rops, good defense hanging around the connector, and they needed to trade that kill at a minimum now. Hades, damage would be nice. Again, getting a couple of kills here could really help out ENCE to make sure that FaZe don't build one of those ridiculous economies that we've seen a couple of times in this series so far. He's looking for him. 8 seconds left. He's going to go and find that kill. Obviously can't do much more, and Brokey will open the door right behind him for a quick revenge. So no rifle saved, and not really that much damage either. So 11-6.
11-6, and ENCE can't invest in the round. All their money went into the previous. So it should be an easier time for FaZe, a chance for them to build up some money and grow that economy. Good double kill from Rops. Even knew where Hades was going to come from afterwards. Was ready for that fight that didn't come to him. 11-6. 5-round lead for ENCE.
Some MP9s in play on that FaZe side. So with what they're up against, could be a good chance to make a little bit of extra bank. Twist and Kerrigan could be super mobile with those weapons. All of them out long on the end side of things, but nice headshot. Madden's good for one at the very least. Brokey hits the ground. Should be able to recover that rifle as well. Or maybe Rob's trying to defend it, and successfully so far. Wow, they're being really aggressive. They don't want to give anything away here. Snappy, he was deep in the bomb site. Could have maybe caught someone off guard, but not Kerrigan. Keeping an eye on everything.
Yeah, Kerrigan was aware the whole time. There's Rain. To find Spinks right at the end. Rain's up to 10 kills, and he didn't get like his first kill on the board until like, I don't know, like round 12 maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
So in a short time, he's kind of coming right back up the scoreboard. He's overtaken Kerrigan. He's overtaken Twist as well on the FaZe side of things.
Yeah, more power to him, I guess. He just gave them a head start. He's like, you know what, you guys get a little bit of time before I start to wake up.
Yeah, he's just playing a game. He's like, I'll spot you guys 10 rounds before I start trying.
He's playing with the handicap early on. 10 kills. Yeah, that is a nice little recovery. We'll see how far it goes. Still enough map left to be played for him to end up top of the board, which that'd be something. A little boost happening, and being careful not to make noise falling off the boost again. Brokey, he's got some backup here with the boost and also an MP9 behind him, so they've gone and investigated, and they found nothing yet, so eventually, surely they're going to start to think about pulling, one player back. Robs is going to make his way up here. That makes sense. They haven't seen anything outside of B yet.
Nothing yet. Snappy hoping to do a little bit of damage with the nade and the spam combo right around the edge. Rain's got another one. Through the smoke, he figured Snappy would come along the wall, and he got a little bit of damage, cleans it up later on. Brokey looking for this exact play, and FaZe is set up perfectly to demolish this hit out door.
Yeah, Twist already as they open the door. They basically bunch up for him, and Brokey's there to get the return. Either way, that was going to be almost impossible to break through. Spinks now. 1 versus 4. 28 seconds. Bomb is in front of him, so he could go pick it up, but I don't know how he's going to get into a bomb site.
He's not.
Yeah, not even close. Already tagged up, and quick with the return there is Rain. So 11-8. This is a super open game. I mean, if you just joined right now, with looking at the cash stats on the FaZe side of things, it'd be hard to predict who's going to win this one now.
Well done. What a great job from Rain to get the initial kill around that smoke, but Twist, I don't think it would have mattered if Twist took the contact or if Brokey took the contact to this kind of a hit. Either way, it was going to go south for ENCE. It was a perfect setup for FaZe. ENCE's T-side laboring again early on overpass, just like it did on Ancient. We'll see if this time around they can find the solution. Round 20. Tons of money for FaZe. And good control and positioning for FaZe's defense as well.
Ooh, Robs swings for it, ready for Snappy as well. Reading everything right there, no problems.
He's so precise. He knows all those angles when he goes and hunts him down.
It's yeah, sign of a lot of practice, right? Been drilling that for a long time. You know it. People wake you up at 3 in the morning and just put you into the game, and you'd be ready. Rain is back at it again. A little double kill to get closer. He's up to 14 now, so he's doing fine. He was just having a little bit of a break early on. Hades now 1 versus 5 with the Deagle. And no damage done. It's a flawless round coming out here from FaZe. They're making so much money. I don't know, ENCE. They've got to be a little bit worried by now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're not really worried at this point, but you can certainly feel it building up, right? Like you could just feel that FaZe has gotten back into this game. So, yeah, you start to kind of feel they're getting a hold and getting some momentum, and you're getting red. This is going to be a tough one for Snappy to call themselves out of, but this is one of the great strengths of this ENCE team throughout this year is they've always been able to find those answers just until recently where they've been getting shut down.
Kerrigan right on the other side. Making a bit of noise running past. I mean, at any point, even silently crossing that monster tunnel with the smoke up could be a bit dangerous, but he's going to be fine for now. 21st round. We'll see. ENCE, what have they got for us here? This isn't their map pick, right? They did pick Ancient, so it's kind of FaZe that maybe have something planned, maybe want to learn the map a little bit more. And ENCE are struggling on the second half to do a lot. 2 rounds ahead, but that means almost nothing at this point. Clearing out connectors, so they're getting maybe a little bit more map control than they have in some of the previous rounds because FaZe are just playing a little bit further back.
Yeah, playing it way more passive. This is eating a lot of time off the clock as well. 50 seconds, good nade and good boost inside of the bomb site. Absolutely beautiful from Twist.
Let's see. Snappy out of the picture. He's at 6 kills, so we were talking about Rain earlier, but Snappy is still falling a little bit behind on this one. 30 seconds now. See how much they could do. They need a good opening right now. Probably more than just the one. 25 seconds. Making the cross, and Brokey sees it. Good bit of damage there. Trying once again. Ooh, but Madden, he goes down. The Molotov will claim him afterwards, so I guess that's a kind of an even trade. But they need to do better than that. They need to get a real clean opening. They might give up on this round. 10 seconds yet. I don't see them going for it any longer. Well, certainly not now. That's a deflating round right there.
Yeah, this is really indicting. I think now this is the round, Anders, that probably makes them start to worry because this is a round where you don't even get to do anything you wanted, anything you planned. Like FaZe just had you beat before you could even start on the strategy, just with the basic first 2 steps of the round, and you get crushed. That was a wonderful boost. Obviously, a great shot from Brokey. But ENCE really struggling to find solutions on T-sides today. 6 rounds straight for FaZe's defense on overpass. They only got 4 rounds on the T side of Ancient as well, and that included the pistol in the ensuing 2.
Yeah, not a lot to brag about right now. And even in a round like that where they have slight bit more map control, they just don't seem to feel at home on the second half at all. Wanted to go for the boost, but kind of gave up on it on that slide. And it looks like maybe Kerrigan's thinking about something in the monster tunnel. He's at least right on the lip of it. Again, if you can sneak out like Robs is doing here to get information from outside of B, that's a long way to go to try and make some kind of a play. Rain is really close to the action, but that smoke is keeping us safe for the minute. Under a minute now on the clock, and they're getting all the control. I mean, this is where you want to be, but look at the grenades, Jason. They have nothing left to work with, ENCE. Oh, no.
I know. It's not pretty. It's not pretty, but maybe just a lack of complexity, lack of having to coordinate nades might just enable them to just go straight for the headshots. Rain in a tough position. Flashbang is out. Nobody spots him. Oh, he pulls the trigger early. Twist only able to get the 1, and all of a sudden they've cracked open the bomb site. That one flashbang did everything they needed it to.
Yeah, it truly did. Brokey wants to try and see if he can be the hero, but Spink sends him flying right down the stairs. Probably could have held his trigger there, Rain, but wasn't sure if they were going to peek him, so started to just pull it off. And, well, now Rain out of the picture, and Carrigan and Rob's going to be shrinking away from the bomb site. Quite a bit of money on that CT side, but finally ENCE with a bit of a reply, and it's, like you said, even without the nades, just going for the straight-up fight, and they win it this time.
Yeah, I mean, you almost feel for Rain because, I mean, there's no way for him to know he could have just held the trigger and no one was really clearing him, but also he has the setup with Twist over at the truck inside the bomb site, so he's trying to take attention towards him so Twist can have the more advantaged fights, and he's just pulling the trigger to make sure that no one's going to be looking at Twist's position. Unfortunately, Twist wasn't able to double up. So 12 to 10, ENCE kind of just squeak one out of nowhere and maintain a 2-round lead. Finally putting a stop to this run, this 7-round streak. Or 6-round streak, excuse me.
I mean, they need it too. And it still feels like the road back is potentially quite a bit longer. If the keeps going like that, FaZe will end up winning in regulation if it's the pattern sort of repeats itself.
Yeah.
Madness playing an amazing game, though. He's got 19 kills, so, I mean, in terms of kills, actually, ENCE are obviously doing super well. Maybe Snappy's the only one that's a little bit further behind. Carrigan is matching that on the other side, so both the captains at the minute here are struggling to keep up on Overpass. Everyone else is kind of starting to wake up a bit. Bomb dropped all the way out by the playground, so just a fact-finding mission for ENCE at the moment to try to see what's going on this map.
It's so brutal, though, like these
usual wall bangs. But again, FaZe, they've fallen a little bit early on in this half. I feel like they were more aggressive across the map, but now they're maybe respecting ENCE a bit more. They're certainly giving them more of the map.
Yeah, just giving them a different look as well, hoping maybe ENCE is going to try and do something to kind of fool a more aggressive play. As I mentioned, it's eating a lot of time off the clock. I mean, there's underneath a minute right now, and they haven't really progressed across the map. The real crappy thing for ENCE has been, like, FaZe on their CT sides on these streaks have been able to build up so much money. We saw an Ancient ENCE won like 5 straight on the CT side, lost a single round and had to save. The fact that FaZe is always having so much cash makes coming back on this T side and recovering this T side like a nightmare scenario. A third follow-up smoke, and that's going to take the clock very, very low.
Yeah, they're in some trouble. I mean, luckily for them, that was the last one. There's a single flash on Carrigan, but he's so close to the fight that it's going to be kind of difficult for him to throw it for himself. Not impossible, but timing is everything. He's going to swing for it. No flash at all, and he does get the kill. A little bit of damage onto Snappy behind him, too. Twist back here, 10 seconds. He's looking at that clock thinking there's no way they're going to get the bomb down in the next 4 seconds here. Brokey will pick up one of them, but they're behind the box. Maybe they could do it. Brokey with some great sniping, and somehow the bomb does get planted, but only for a second as they just overwhelm the bomb side. They had everyone here, and FaZe, they're taking one step closer to that comeback now, 12-11.
That's a god tier play from Twist to just back away from every single fight and use the time as a teammate. Because you know, yeah, they can get into the site and start planting the bomb, but that means everyone from ENCE has to kind of swing and take fights to protect the planter. And that's exactly what Brokey was loving there. Double kill with the AWP on the retake as they try and cross in. This one as they try and stop the retake from happening. And it makes things just oh so easy. 12-11.
Positioning themselves for a really heartbreaking comeback if you're on the end side of things. You must have been feeling in that first half especially like this is it. We're well on our way to play Mirage. They'd love some revenge for the kind of beating that they took on Ancient. They're gonna have to fight for it right now if they want to get there. Similar kind of setup, although Rain a little bit more forward, and this time they have Brokey over on long, so at least early on, real early on in the half, it's ENCE, oh sorry, it's FaZe kind of posturing like they want to force ENCE to use a couple of more nades if they want to take this part of the map. And if no one's going to clear out Rain, he's going to have some good info to work with. I'm not checking him at all right now. Oof. It's going to be lightning quick, isn't it? They're not even setting it up. They're just running straight for it, but there's already 3 people on the bomb side carrying him with the spray to follow it through. And it's a pretty decent trade. If they get the bomb plant down quick, maybe there is a way to do this, but FaZe still have the lead, and there is that Rain, because he wasn't checked and he was so far up, he could be there really fast on that flanking mission. Spinks is on his own, 1 versus 3 in the after plant, and once he fires that gun, they're going to know where he is. tucked down in the corner. They boost it up. Oh, he sees it! And a mid-air headshot, so he knows where one of them is. Still has to guess about where Rain is. Walking through the smoke inside of the bomb site now. And Spinks, he takes one more down. Comes out for more, and it's close. It's real close. But Brokey, he's going to end the dreams of Spinks right there. No clutch happening. And instead, they tie up the scoreline and make it 12-12.
That's an admirable attempt from Spinks, but man, I mean, if that hits a little bit cleaner, things go so much smoother. The fact that FaZe gets so many kills in this initial contact means the flank is wide open. Rain's able to make his way out with ease. That's a nice attempt from Spinks. But Brokey able to shut it down. Just too many bodies to deal with, and FaZe have tied it up. And this is the brutal part, is even with those 2 kills in the 1v3, you could have put FaZe at like a really tenuous position with their money. They might have been missing some nades, missing some kits, but just not enough production from ENCE throughout this entire half, and FaZe have plenty of money to sustain those losses. It's been such a strong CT side. 20 kills on Rops, 22 on Brokey.
Oh man, making the comeback happen step by step right here. And ENCE struggling to put it together. Rain with the perfect timing to take down Madden, who's been the heavy hitter right now for ENCE. So big casualty early on in round number 25. Robs, he sees it. Dihar on the other side. It'd be great if he had a Molotov or anything like that to win the fight with. A headshot will do anyway, and they take down Rain simultaneously. So that's going to be a good setup right now. There's still maybe a couple of nades short, but at least they have that one-man advantage. Dihar, he survives on 8 health. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say, he got dinked in that battle against Rob, so he's like kind of an easy multi-kill to mop up for anyone from FaZe. But ENCE have not decided where they want to end this at. You could see him posturing towards the A bomb site with the bomb as well. That's Snappy calling people over. Still, it looks like 2 players in the staircase as well. I mean, this could end up being some kind of a fake, but more and more it feels like they're committed. 2 players to defend this as well.
That time is really concerning to me. 1 Molotov, no smokes to get rid of this AWP, and Brokey, yeah, he's going to have a clean shot like that. A couple of flashes to set it up, but there's a rifle up close as well, and Dihar's already low on health. Gonna get chewed up right away. 18 seconds on the clock, and Hades, well, he doesn't even have time for it. Brokey will take him down. What a rough turn. They had the lead. They had a chance in this one, but now FaZe are back, and they've overtaken him. 13-12. This is a really huge comeback. Brokey at 25 kills right now.
Yeah, but I mean, man, it's an amazing comeback, but you got to say as well, this is a day that ENCE's offense has just fallen really flat. They've only won 2 gun rounds in both these 2 maps that we've played so far. One on Ancient, one here on Overpass. It has not been a pretty time for ENCE's attacks. 3 rounds away for FaZe from taking this quarterfinal series 2-0. That would eliminate ENCE. It would move FaZe on to the quarterfinals, or excuse me, the semifinals. Good shot from Madden. Equalizer provided from a boost with Rops.
I mean, the way that this is going right now, FaZe are taking some really quick steps towards that direction. Limited guns and utility on the T side. The bomb is miles away in T spawn still. So even if they win this fight, someone has to kind of run back out to pick it up and go back and get it here. It's not really looking feasible at all. Madden doing the best that he can, which is really good right now. That was his 24th kill. Gonna try and put up a little bit. Ooh, nearly hitting him with the actual Molotov. But Robs will end the round. And it's 14-12. FaZe, they're 2 rounds away from a really, really cool return and a really cool comeback on the second map.
Yeah, this one feels over. I don't know what ENCE can even like really switch into to try and make something crazy happen. Maybe something a little bit more fast-paced towards the B bomb site. Maybe you go for some kind of a timing pop, but these slow, progressive styles has not really worked whatsoever against FaZe. Even with some opening kills mixed in there. I think another timeout being taken from ENCE just so they get a little bit more time to talk things over, figure out how they want to play round 27, and we're live into it.
Yeah, right away. Got that AWP on Hades, but something fundamental just seems to be really lacking. They've won 1 round so far on that second half. That is so brutal. Yeah, a little bit of a quiet moment here on the ENCE side of things. It's hard to blame.
Yeah, just deep breaths. Everyone just trying to calm down. Probably a lot of frustration there on that side of the server. This is one of the dangers as well of being a team like ENCE, who's had such a great start to the year, but hasn't been able to really capitalize on it with any trophies. All their like great finishes that we talk about are second places, top fours out of nowhere early on of the year. And they've even mentioned it in interviews now. They're like, we've done this enough. It's time for our sights to be set on the trophies of these events. And the longer you kind of get denied that access, the more and more frustrated you can become.
Yeah, without a doubt. Nasty little boost there. Rob somehow getting a kill, but there is a return from Deha. He's right quick with it. And I mean, part of the problem is in the beginning when maybe teams are underestimating you, when you're getting those second or fourth play finishes, you know, that's where you actually have a chance to maybe even knock out a couple of teams and maybe get to win a tournament or two just before people really know what you're doing. But now it's been some time, right? People have had a lot of chances to study ENCE, so they're not going to have that element of surprise at all. And FaZe certainly know what's up right now. Carrigan is locked in terms of how they're defending the second half. It's looking really good.
This A defense is so strong as well, considering Brokey's even aggressive out towards long. Good find from Kerrigan. Madden goes down. The rest of the three players are just starting to move up now, and Rain's already spotted that as well. So Brokey's going to stick out towards long, where he feels no pressure. Going to be hard for them to clear his position with two rifles inside of the bomb fight. Brokey going to hold the line. He might not even be necessary. Smoke dropped over the top. Rain, he does tap away the head of Spinks, and it's just Hades. He's down next as well. 3 chances for FaZe to close out the series.
Brutal timing when Kerrigan peeks out. I mean, it's just the one kill, but as you said, Rain jumps behind the container and sees 2 or 3 people out there, so they know everything they need to. They can call more people over. It's just no problem at all. This is a decent start. I mean, this is a fair trade at the beginning, but this the jump from Rain and obviously some of these shots here are perfect. Not
that
bad.
kill on Spinks was his last bullet tap. That's
how you do it.
Nicely done. Yeah.
Listen, I just want to say for the record again, we did spend a lot of time bullying Rain at the beginning, and it's worked out beautifully. He's up to 18 kills.
Hear that, kids? Xander says bullying works.
At least in this case. I don't want to make a, you know, not too general of a statement, but...
Not a blanket statement, but yes.
Maybe get someone to study the phenomena a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned as well, he got his first kill in like round number 11 or 12 or something like that, so he's just shot up the scoreboard. Good shot from Brokey, rotating over, a follow-up kill as well. And one more time, he's putting a stop to the ENCE attack.
They had a bomb site that was almost entirely open. Just an M4 showing up and Kerrigan throwing a couple of bullets that way, but didn't really even do much damage. But it slowed them down, and that was enough to wheel in Brokey on that AWP and pretty much crush any attack that was coming their way. Hades and Spinks are left here trying to get the job done, but they're running out of time. And no one coming in from the B bomber side. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Brokey with a quad kill, landing on 30 to end the map with and send ENCE packing. That was a really epic comeback coming in from the ENCE side of things. I was not expecting it. I mean, I did pick FaZe to win this one, but this was in style, especially the second map.
Yeah, this is just a really bad day for ENCE's offense. That's got to be a point of conversation for sure. They get 1 round on the T side of Overpass. They got 4 rounds on the T side of Ancient, and 3 of those were the pistol in the ensuing rounds after that. So, I mean, just a brutal day for ENCE to try and attack and make it into bomb sites. Or I mean, a phenomenal day from FaZe's defense. Maybe a little bit of both, whichever way you want to look at it.
It could be. That is, that's the first match already done. I would have loved to have seen a third map, but we're not going to get to it. FaZe just powering through, and congratulations to them. But we do obviously have more Counter-Strike coming up, so we're not done with it yet. We've got Forces still playing Astralis later on, and we have the desk ready as well. So just stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Thank you, Anders and Moses. Yes, a swift series that showed us a little bit of resistance there from the side of ENCE going into the latter stages of that second map, but ultimately this is where their run stops. A quarterfinal now secured from the side of FaZe Clan, and I welcome you back to the Roobet Cup 2022. Kassad, Yanko here with me on the case, my detectives. And for Kassad, I look at this and I wonder how ENCE got close.
How ENCE got, I don't know, it looks like they missed that bus they were catching and decided to stay a little bit more and play. And they had a decent CT side. They were stopping phases all over the place, you know, proactive, Hades were playing good, and obviously Madden and Deha as well. But again, the T side flat. Nothing really happened. Obviously, we have to give credit to FaZe, you know, doing a good job on their own CT side. But overall, 2 maps, 2 T sides of ENCE really showed us absolutely nothing.
1 round on the T side even, Yanko. That's probably not going to do it, is it?
Not much better from FaZe either. Like
Yeah.
they got the 3 because of the pistol.
They got
but
1 too.
Yeah, they only got one gun round 2. I have no idea what to think about this game. I don't know if these teams just wanted to like get it over with because they might meet each other in the next tournament, but that doesn't make a ton of sense either.
Especially for ENCE, like 150,000 is a lot of money, man.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's a lot of money for FaZe as well. It doesn't matter that they won the major. It's a lot of money for everyone. But, you know, just even how the rounds went, especially on Ancient a little bit, like it was going down pretty fast. And, yeah, I don't know if FaZe was just too good today individually, because ENCE is a team that always gets something on the T side, right? Even if they're losing 5-0, they're going to win 2-3 rounds in a row. I mean, that's why they're a contender team. That's why the third-ranked team in the world is, because they can always find a way. They can always find a solution. They can always make the adjustment, right? But here they just couldn't really do anything on 2 maps on their T side.
well, I'll tell you what, Madden is getting a message later on.
Oh.
I want an explanation.
Oh. That kind
So
of
you're not afraid to bother him like Voxic?
Yeah, but we have a better relationship.
Okay.
He's
so
like a fellow,
Yeah, that's what he said, actually.
fellow
That's what I heard.
Yugoslavian.
Yugoslavian. All right, there's a throwback.
Well.
Because things ended well there.
Yeah, still are.
Hey, did you guys know that 150,000 USD is 16.7 million Serbian dinar?
That really answers all the questions that we didn't ask you. So
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I said, did you know?
How much is it in Kuwait dinners?
In what?
Kuwait. They have dinners as well.
yeah,
Kuwait?
Tunisians as well.
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's some general
Kuwait.
knowledge.
You said Kuwait. I'm like, what? Where? What? No, I get it.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, my Englando pretty bad.
Same.
Again, Brokey, 30 bomb here.
It's great that people still hire people with disabilities, so
Yeah,
I can
Kassad.
still get paid.
Oh, anyway, yeah. So you can see the numbers are right there for you to digest. Maiden.
Can you read them?
Yeah, I see Snappy at 7 and
Of
21.
course, you're gonna criticize immediately.
How am I
Snappy at
criticizing? I
7.
read it,
Why
you
don't
little
the
roach.
first thing
Shut
you should
your
see
mouth.
and say Brokey again with a phenomenal performance.
I'm about to
with an
broke you off in here.
You will broke nothing off.
Anyway,
Immediately.
Brokey,
Snappy.
30 frags. I'm also told that we're going to talk to Kerrigan momentarily, so that's something to keep your eyes
I
on.
mean, if you
screen
guys
for.
are finished, if not.
Well, I don't know. Like, you know, there's an old saying, Kassad is like, don't
So
start
you want to
no
talk about Snappy now as well?
Sure.
Hi.
So Snappy IGL events led them to this
Finnish
loss.
organization from Finland.
Well, you're saying it now.
Come on, man. MVP of the game. Brokey.
Elvis.
57 kills. 197 KDR. 33.3. That's 1 in 3 headshot straight. Huh?
How many headshots is that out of 57
1 in
kills?
3 headshots, right? Isn't that, yeah?
Divide 57 by 3.
I ain't dividing shit live on there. I hate to tell you guys.
He doesn't.
Mathematician, not here. But the next guy seems to know a thing or two about numbers because he keeps running them up, and it's Kerrigan. What's up, Finn?
What's up? How's it going?
It's going well, and even better now that you're
It's a bit
here
heated here in Belgrade.
to bring some, you know, some normalcy back to the desk. First of all, congratulations.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it's kind of outrageous. Also, as outrageous is the T and CT round disparities over there on Overpass. Did you think that one was going to last forever?
I mean, the problem about Overpass sometimes, I have to say, if the CTs plays the CT side perfect, it's very hard to get T rounds. The rotation is so fast, right? And I think both teams today played a great CT side, and that's why the T side looked really weak from both teams, basically.
So you're not saving strats?
No, the saving strats is old meme, man. But
Yeah,
obviously,
like he would say it.
Yeah, Kassad.
Yeah, like he
Yeah.
would say it.
Old, just like you are.
Thanks.
And I mean, just like you are.
Anyway,
meme. He's a meme.
Anyway. Okay, it's just Stana is always there to jump on this train, man, whatever. Anyway, congratulations on the victory. But I have to ask you about pretty much like the period after Dallas and Blast, and how did you guys approach practice? Is it something specifically that you changed, or is it focused more on the individual level of performance, just bringing it up till the key tournament that's coming up?
Yeah, I think for Dallas it was easy to brush off because I wasn't there 100%. I could feel it in how much we worked so hard for the major and right after the major, and we didn't really meet up in Dallas, right? Even though we played pretty decent CS and kind of threw the Cloud9 game. Maybe we could have won it, maybe not. But obviously coming into the Blast, we had a little more practice, and I think it was 2-3 days, and we kind of felt good. But then something happened during the game, and I think it was more like us losing to ourselves for the first time with this team. And we have to go through stuff like that because we have, in this year, we have done a lot of comebacks, and we have also shut down comebacks from other teams. And I felt like in last, especially the G2 game, we kind of lost to ourselves. And yeah, then we met Navi, who was very hungry for a rematch. And that's one of those games you laugh off because everything worked. They hit so many shots on Inferno, right? It's first time in I don't know how long. They've only got one T-side on Inferno. So yeah, practice now has been really good, and this online tournament, we obviously trying to improve our map pool. We picked a lot of overpass, and it feels good, which is good for us coming into Cologne that we are able to pick that map as well.
Yeah, I just want to say, I mean, first, congrats on the win. But, you know, like you described, right, even the losses that you have, I'm sure the loss to Navi was tough, but they just played amazingly well in that tournament. You know, you didn't lose to any tier 3 teams. You still had good runs at these tournaments. Is it difficult, you know, to have that kind of conversation within the team? Because, you know, you're not winning anymore. You're not in the final. You're not winning a tournament, but it's not like something horrible is happening. How do you get back on track, you know, in time for, okay, this tournament, but for Cologne as well?
Yeah, I think we all agreed on that we're doing mistakes and we're not playing the invigilator form we're used to, and we are a little readable, and that comes down to one thing: practice, right? That we haven't had time to renew ourselves, and for example, we had some new stuff on Ancient. We tried the other day, it didn't work, and now we proved our Ancient T-side against ENCE, right, compared to the OG game. So I think it is just coming down to us not playing enough and losing that kind of synergy in the game sometimes, and it is what it is, and obviously we come into Cologne now, and we need to perform on the same level as we did earlier in the year.
So wait, you're trying to tell me that there's not like a default that works in practice 9 times out of 10 that you didn't want to show here because Kasad is convinced.
Don't be naive.
Convinced.
Don't be naive. Don't
I mean, there is small stuff. There is small stuff we obviously don't want to show yet, but we are also testing stuff. We know anyway, if we use something in practice, people are going to copy it within 24 hours. People are not slow. They're not lazy anymore. So even we do some smokes in practice, there's 2 days after, somebody else doing it.
Hey, Kerrigan, let me kick this one to you as we get you out of here. Look, I mean, you could look at the top 4, you know, we'll say 4 teams within the HLTV rankings. But really, how close is it to being number 1 between all those teams? Between your FaZes, your Navis, your ENCEs, your Cloud9?
I think between us and Navi, it's really tight. But I also think there's a small step down to ENCE and the Cloud9 and G2. Because the one thing is, believe you can almost win the tournament. One thing is knowing you can win the tournament, and I think us and Navi showed that we can win Tier 1 tournament this year. And we have to see how Cloud9 is playing in Cologne, because now they finally know they can win a tournament. And for me, it's the big difference that making the final and finishing off the job. So yeah, definitely ENCE, Cloud9, G2 are dangerous teams, but the second they get a Tier 1 win, they're gonna be even more dangerous because they know themselves even what scenario they can always win.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing between us, Navi, and the rest of the teams.
Yeah, cool. Hey, we'll get you out of here. Thanks so much for your time, Kerrigan. It's been a delight as always.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
And that was Batman, not to be confused with Bruce Wayne or Kerrigan, which is all the same person. What did you guys think about what he's saying there within the...
Next time we'll talk to Robin.
Yeah, probably. Cool or coach?
The coach.
Oh, there's 2 Robins, right?
Well, but I can't. I don't think you can really. You can't say Robs is like a Robin to Kerrigan, like Batman. It would probably be the other way around.
I don't know. I don't watch that.
Or
bullshit.
Robs is the Iceman from that terrible Batman movie where Schwarzenegger was playing it.
I do not know it.
Or Mr. Ice.
I don't know it.
You should watch it. It's a classic.
It seems like we might have time to do that. We're going to go to a break so we can come back with our next quarterfinal, if that's okay with you guys. Actually, didn't even ask. We're going to go to a break. Go to break.